Well, hello, fellow almighty aubergines. Today on Content Theft, we're going to be watching the Microsoft slash Xbox, because apparently they're two different entities at E3. We're going to be watching the Microsoft slash Xbox press conference recap slash reactions from my best buddy, the dog Surfer Phil. And I'm going to show you, you probably already see it, the most fucking autistic thing I ever figured out by accident in OBS. Look at that shit. It's fucking crazy. But the way I get this gimmick, right? The image on the actual screen doesn't move. But I mirror OBS on my main monitor, and it fucking makes everything really fucking weird. Never saw something like this before. I was shocked when I saw this. Look at that shit. Oh, that looks fucking amazing. That look cool as fuck. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. The audio ought to be good. I might even watch more than one video on this one. Spoiler alert though. It's not really a spoiler alert. I'm just guessing. The video ain't even playing yet. What we're gonna get in this video is DSP hating on VR. I think they got VR. I don't know what they talk about it. DSP hating on 4K. DSP hating on the new Xbox. Him saying it's worthless, it's pointless. Same old shit. It's DSP. I still don't know who that dude is. I think somebody posted about it in the comments.
Alright, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? DSP here. Welcome to my day 2.
This is my favorite comment. Credit where credit is due. Year after year, Phil has the most detailed recaps of the E3 press conference. And somebody else said he doesn't kiss these gaming companies' asses like major YouTubers do. And this other dude said, is this ironic shit posting? Layout, criticism time. We got State of Decay 2. Isn't this game old as fuck? I could have swore that game is already out on the pirate machine. I mean PC. Oh, is it? Oh, it must not be. So what's the other game? I could have swore it was the second State of Decay game. I need to look this up now. There's no way that this is the one that I've been seeing, right? I thought this game was old. Jesus, mostly negative recent. Good job. They fucked something up. Apparently Microsoft is the publisher. State of Decay. It's not this, right? It is this. No. Yo, I could have swore it was another game. It must be tweaking, and I guess not. Well, that's that mystery fucking over with. We got Sea of Thieves, which DSP, I assume, literally didn't know what that was. Because how would he? We got Twitter and Patreon. DSP covers E3. The Xbox logo with press conference under it, and Project Scorpio, which is not even a name anymore. So this dude that made the layout knew about Sea of Thieves, but he didn't know the name of the new Xbox. I don't know if it was possible to know that at the time. 12,000 views, likes and dislikes disabled. Because why the fuck not? Drunk face.
Coverage today. We have 2 major press conferences to talk about, and I have just finished live watching.
Give me some orange juice and G Fuel.
They called it
Very
the
exciting.
Xbox press event, whatever you want to call it. All right.
Why would it be called a Microsoft press event? They're not advertising Windows.
They had a lot of console exclusives. They had a few cross-platform games that they covered. They focused very heavily on new hardware, which we're going to start off with here in a moment. So there's a lot to cover. Their press conference took almost 2 hours. I think it was like 1 hour.
Again, criticism that this dude didn't shave for this video. Fucking what? Let's get more views than his playthroughs. He didn't shave.
Hour 47 minutes or something.
New
like
sub.
That.
Come on, give it a shout out.
We'll
You're looking
see
at
how
it. Give it a
goes,
shout out. You
and we'll
fucking
go from
cunt.
there, but let's cover it here. Let's start going because we got so much
Good
to talk
job.
about.
He's gonna wait to give it a shout out.
So first off, the event opens with Phil Spencer, of course. Phil Spencer, I do have to say this. I gotta compliment the guy. This guy is charismatic, he's interesting, and he presents very well. Unlike
wow, all the things you're not. No way.
Very stale or zombie-like, or they're like too into it. He's got the right level of chill for the event, and he's been presenting for several years now.
Also, more layout criticism. Let me see. Can you see my arrow? Yeah, you can see it. You see that little fucking line right there? I pointed that out in the last video. When you notice it, you can't unnotice it. Oh my God, Tevin, why are you shitting on this dude layout? Your layouts are shitty too. I don't care.
So
at least I make mine.
Phil Spencer, thumbs up again as a presenter. I think that he does a good job. All right. So he comes out already with a bombshell. He immediately.
A bombshell.
Echo. I just want to make sure there's no echo here.
No.
Because someone said, "Oh, there's an echo." No, wait a minute. Is there echo? Now there is. Now there's not anymore. There we go. Sorry. I think my stupid Twitch page refreshed on me. There we go. Okay, so no echo. Immediately, Phil Spencer drops a bomb on everyone.
A bomb.
See what I have below me here? Project Scorpio.
How is this a bomb?
Calling this
the
new
name?
upcoming Xbox console that we've been expecting for a long time, and you know, when is it coming or whatever. Guess what? It's not called Project Scorpio.
This is
so
a bomb.
The new name.
We knew that wasn't the name.
I just want to let you know I'm not setting up a joke.
It's like when the Wii was called a Revolution. We knew that wasn't the real name.
Microsoft is going with for the
How
new
was this dropping a
Xbox
bomb?
console.
Whatever.
It is called the Xbox One X.
It's called KO
Therefore,
Gaming
any game
1.
That's going to be like a 4K resolution exclusive game is going to be an Xbox One X exclusive. Xbox One X exclusive. XOXX.
He's trying so hard to make this sound stupid.
Oh my, like, seriously, do they not test? Do they not ask?
Test the name?
There's no way. I mean, seriously, there's no way that Microsoft market tested that name and people came back to them and said,
There's no way he market tested KO Gaming 1. We gotta have the one after it.
that's a good name. Because now you've got the Xbox One, the Xbox One S.
Oh yeah,
the
they do
Xbox
sound
One
similar.
X. Good luck if you're a fucking parent this holiday season and your
They
kid
assume
wants
parents
an Xbox
aren't dumb.
console. I really feel bad for you. I don't know how the hell you're going to get the right one. I really don't.
Okay.
'Cause you know what's going to happen. You're going
You
to
know
go
the
to
dude at
store,
GameStop is
and
gonna let you know which one is what. No one is this stupid. It's not the 90s.
Wants, right? No, I think it was X. No, it's S. Well, X kind of sounds like S, so maybe I just got it wrong. Okay, I'll buy the S, and it's the wrong fucking console. Unbelievable.
Because kids have 4K TVs too.
Really stupid in my opinion. Terrible.
And there's no such thing as a refund
Anyway.
policy on a closed
So
box
first of all, he
item.
announces it will be released November 7th, so we finally have a release date for this console.
Can't wait to buy
Then
one.
they immediately go into tech specs that no one cares about.
No one
teraflops on the
cares.
Processor, 12 gigabytes of dedicated RAM, 326 kilobits per second of a bandwidth.
No one
We don't care. We just
cares.
want to know about what games are on it, right, and how the games are going to look.
What?
So Phil Spencer actually said.
Gamers don't care about specs in current year. Gamers don't care about specs. This is DSP. He's the Joe Average gamer. All right, the Joe Average gamer is a fucking moron.
Says a few things that people were wondering.
We want to spend
Like, gee, we
$500 on
wanna
this
play
console and we don't know what it can do.
Blu-ray.
Or
Yes,
what it has
a
inside of
built-in
it.
4K Blu-ray player right there. That adds value to the console, right? Because 4K Blu-ray players right now cost a couple $100. So boom, instant value.
You could get a 4K monitor and just pirate 4K movies.
Completely backwards compatible with every single Xbox One game, and all the accessories for Xbox One will work with the X.
Oh.
So you don't have to
You mean
buy
the
a new
Kinect?
controller and a new fucking, well, anything you bought, any peripheral. or
What
whatever,
accessories do they have? The
should be
Kinect?
working with
And the
Xbox
camera?
One X. I'm just gonna call it the
The
fucking
Kinect got the
X,
camera,
because
whatever.
I can't say that name anymore. I'm embarrassed for myself to have to fucking say that stupid name.
I'm embarrassed for you. You got a ball
And
spot
he
in the
also
middle of your
mentioned
goatee.
that even the Xbox One games that don't necessarily have a 4K upgrade, or if you don't have a 4K TV, even Xbox One games should still look better if you play them on the X. Okay.
Duh.
I mean, so for me at least, that's like he's trying to sell it to me because I don't have a 4K TV. I have no plans to buy a 4K TV.
You tried to
So
get your fans
if I
to
were
buy
gonna get
one.
the X, what's the selling point? For him, he's saying, well, the games will look better anyway. Okay.
Oh, $2. Xbox One X paid
There's a
and brought to
liquid-
you
has a
by
liquid
Pornhub.
cooler,
It's a
vapor
good
chamber
donation.
built in. Now, basically, he's throwing out all this PC tech stuff.
PC tech
built into
stuff.
PCs. He's trying to explain, this is going to have a lot of the technology and core features and craftsmanship built into it like a PC would have.
Craftsmanship?
There's an optimized power management system that was designed exclusively by a Microsoft employee, and they actually named after the employee or something like that. Again, the common gamer doesn't care, but if you're really looking to upgrade to a higher powered console, maybe you care about that, okay? Something that actually was kind of surprising about the announcement is that it's the smallest Xbox ever.
Yeah, because
and
all of them are
actually
giant.
showed it actually is smaller than any
All
the
of them are
Xbox One
huge.
models. It's
They
actually
meme
smaller than the
tier-
Xbox
meme tier
360.
big.
They actually streamlined this thing to be very, very small.
Can't wait
I
for it
don't
to
know,
overheat.
they put more power and less space. I mean, that's a positive for me. I wouldn't want a giant console. The Xbox One, it looks like a fucking giant. It looks
Like
one
he
of those
really
old
cares.
ass VCRs.
He gonna review
So
take us and
big.
pretend like he cares about
The
this
smaller the better. That was a positive. Okay.
for his
Oh, and then
entertainment system
finally
that only he
said,
gets to see.
Oh, and yes, games are all going to be running a smooth 60 frames per second on the Xbox One. And we're all like, okay, now you can say that, but the proof is in the pudding. So I hope you're going to have some stuff.
Remember when people didn't care about frame rates?
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate
and the
to say
PS4 and
this,
Xbox One came out and they shoved it down our throat. Now everyone cares. And now mad games come out running at 30 and they get shot on. And people try to defend it.
I'm going to repeat myself.
Yep.
Nothing ran at 60 frames per second. So he's touting that all the games that are going to be on the X are going to run at 60 frames. And then they proceeded to show 0 games running at 60 frames per second. So, again, are you going to...
Now, I watched part of this stream, like a good 10-15 minutes. His chat was pooing on him at this part. I think the stream was native 30 FPS or something. Because, you know, Microsoft I don't think they even actually run the actual stream. I don't know. This shit is convoluted as fuck. Like, you could go to the Microsoft channel and see it probably, but then you go to the E3 Twitch channel and see it. It's different resolutions and shit for each stream. But his chat was shitting on him because he was so wrong on so much stuff. I think people were saying it was running at 60. Other people saying it was running at 30. People was watching it on different websites and shit probably. It's a fucking mess. But you could at least like factually know if the game run at a certain frame rate. You can't watch a press conference and say, wow, the press conference is 30 frames, man. None of these games fucking run at 60. Let's be real. Look, come on, man.
Going to spend money
calm your goofy down, son.
on a console for just slightly better resolution if you have a 4K TV or slightly
people that bought a PS4 did that though,
and not get any additional frame rate. I don't know. I mean, for me, if they really said 60 frames on everything, that would
on everything. Yeah, that's possible.
On the stream that everyone was
it's not based on the devs or
showing
anything
30
like that.
I'm just saying, okay?
Even with a guy like PC,
Okay,
you
so
can't
now
make
on to
every
the
game on that
First
60.
game
Some
they
games are
show,
locked at 30.
It's Forza 7.
It's just how it
They
is.
show, oh my god, it's Forza 7. They're out in the desert and then they get in a car and they're driving their fucking, you know, their Formula 1 cars and all that.
Hot Forza.
Big deal. And then he says, okay, we've got a real car here. It's the first time any of us
A real car.
It's a new Porsche car. And they bring out this Porsche car.
Porsche?
And they got these two girls who
Porsche?
walk up. And they're apparently
That's a
really
ethnic
race car or
name.
car
That's not the name of the
life.
car. It's
They're gonna
Porsche, not
play the game
Porsche.
and drive the Porsche cars right now.
There we go, Porsche car.
And I'm like,
Porsche.
first of all, game only showed at 30 frames per second. Forza has always only run at 30 frames per second on console, I believe. So I don't know how this is a good demo for this.
I think that's
console,
factually incorrect.
and really didn't show anything that was anything new. And then
I mean, it's like
the game is
fucking
coming out
8 games.
October 3rd.
I'm sure
And then he
one
says,
of them
yeah,
ran at
this is
60.
full 60 frames per second. But
I think
it wasn't
Apex ran
in
at
the
60.
fucking stream, so
I don't
everyone's
remember.
like, huh?
Huh?
So it was very confusing. All right.
Look how much he look at the chat.
The next, then he,
But he didn't give a shout out to this $2 and his sub.
42
But he's staring at the
new
chat
games we're
during
gonna
this.
cover in this press conference, and 22 of them are actually going to be Microsoft exclusives or timed exclusives. We'll get them first before anybody else does. Okay.
Very exciting.
So then they start going into the games. The first one was Metro Exodus, a new Metro game. The graphics did look really good until I realized that basically they were simulating in-game footage, and it really looked like it was pre-rendered. It basically just looks exactly like Metro. You use your lighter to burn cobwebs. You're fighting things hand to hand. Use your guns to shoot.
This is
things,
like saying Madden looks like
monsters.
Madden. Should it look like a different game?
Metro fare, but it's nice to know
He's
that
saying it
the
like they
Metro
have
game
8
coming out,
games. It's
that one
only
didn't
2
have
other
a
Metro
release date.
games.
Then they showed
Metro Boomin wants some more.
Assassin's Creed Origins. All right, this one's set in Egypt.
Best name ever for Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Origins. Origins. You can tell with a name like Assassin's Creed Origins, it was a fucking desk, a round desk. It probably was a square desk. It wasn't even a round table. It was a square desk with like fucking 8 old white dudes. No, because it's Ubisoft. Ubisoft. So it's like some French dudes and shit. But a bunch of old dudes. Kappa. Bunch of old dudes. They probably had like a fucking Albanian and shit, like a French dude, like an African dude. It's Ubisoft. One American dude. You know how they work. And it was like, yo, we need a name for this shit. What are we gonna name it? Damn, can we put a number after it? No, it's too many games. Shit. Can we name it after a character? No, that's stupid. And some dude way in the back that was like making coffee said, oh, we should name it Origins, right? And then somebody else in the front They get paid more, but they do the same thing. It's like, yeah, it's a great name. So now it's called Assassin's Creed Origins.
And
amazing
it shows
name.
that there's some new things in the game. For example, there might be like giant monsters, like there's giant snakes.
It's obviously the origin of the assassin.
They added RPG elements to the game this time around. So for example, you'll go to a certain area and maybe you'll take out a couple guards, but if you go this one path, oh my god, all the enemies are level 11, but you're only level 8. Therefore, they say, oh, that's danger. That's like a red mob in an RPG where you go around open world roaming and you realize, oh, they're like too high level for me. That's kind of what they were saying. Oh, that mob's
that's
too
disgusting.
high level. You don't want to take them on. You want to find an alternate route to get through where you're going now. And obviously, that's a brand new element for Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that's shitty.
They've done anything like that before. You could now control a hawk.
Because it's not even open world anymore if they do that. You can't make your own choices then. Like, I mean, you could, but you get artificial difficulty if you make your own decisions. It's fucking stupid.
Maybe it does. Characters and weapons now have levels.
I need to play like 12 Assassin's Creed games before I play Assassin's Creed Origins, so I don't give a fuck. I'm never going to play that series again.
There's now an active dodge and sidestep. Now, previously in Assassin's Creed Combat, yeah, you could do like a dodge roll.
They stole the combat from For Honor and put it in Assassin's Creed.
Now the dodge is like a full-on swoosh, like a sidestep.
So it's Dark Souls?
Swoosh, so you can completely dodge
swoosh.
Attacks, and it seems like the combat engine has been majorly refined because of the
So it's For Honor.
Dodge.
It's open world For Honor in Egypt.
And then, they announced their release date, which we already knew. I think we already knew it was going to be October 27th, so the end of October for Assassin's Creed Origins. But by the way, again, 30 frames per second. Just saying, they claimed it was running on the X, but it was only showing at 30 frames per second on the stream. Then they start talking about Mixer, and they kept mentioning Mixer over the course of the press conference. For those who don't know, Mixer.
Listen to this. This is great.
It's called Beam. All right. I guess Microsoft is trying to push it. Maybe they either have a partnership or they own it.
They fucking bought it.
Nobody uses it.
Nobody uses it.
No one uses it. Everyone who wants
almost no one uses it.
Twitch.
Oh, everyone uses Twitch.
They're not going to win, and it's a waste of time. So them shoving.
Now, when this fucking bum was on YouTube, he acted like Twitch wasn't a big deal. Now that he's on Twitch, oh, no one uses these other websites. No one. It's not like people left Twitch before the affiliate shit started to go to Beam. You know, it's not like people left Twitch because they got banned, or people left Twitch because the community was toxic and they went to Hitbox, Smashcast, or whatever. Everyone uses Twitch. I love it when DSP does something and other people don't do it. No, when DSP does something and it's another thing that competes with it, I guess, he says no one does that. Like, he played a majority of his games on the PS4. He would tell you with a straight face, no one plays games on Xbox One. Because he streams on Twitch now, no one streams on other websites. When he streamed on YouTube, oh, YouTube is great. I could stream at 1080 60 and have a 9,000 kilobit bitrate, and it's amazing. But now that he streams on Twitch, oh, no one uses other websites. We all use Twitch to stream. Of course.
A million times during the press conference was just more obtrusive and annoying than
how stupid of Microsoft to spend millions to maybe fucking... Nah, they probably didn't spend $1 billion. How stupid of Microsoft to spend millions of dollars to buy a company and not promote the company that they just bought, right? What a bunch of morons. Ridiculous. Make sure to subscribe to KO Gaming 1, youtube.com/KO Gaming 1. Put the number 1. Remember when DSP used to advertise that? And now it's dead.
No one uses Mixer, and
no one uses it. No one.
Then they showed off a game called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I know nothing about this. It's basically some kind of a third-person shooter.
He knows nothing about pretty much the most popular new game in the last, I don't know, 6 months. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, since it came out, been in the top 5 on the Twitch directory constantly. It's like fucking League of Legends with how much it's pretty much fucking painted there. And it's a legit fun game. I got Battlegrounds. I like that game a lot. I stopped playing it when my laptop broke because I can't do stuff the way I want to do it. But it's a pretty good game. I might do a video playing that, so people could shit on me and say I'm just as salty as DSP when I play games. Because you can't get mad when you play video games. Duh. Dummy. All right. Action game. Generic.
There's vehicles involved, so you can be driving on like a...
He calls it generic. And he never played a game like it before. He never played DayZ. He never played H1Z1. He never played fucking Armor Mods. How is he calling it generic? Because you run around as a dude with a gun? So every first-person shooter is generic. I don't know.
A motorbike bike or car be shooting out of the window. It looked, if you like third-person shooters, okay, but it didn't really look anything.
That's not even the deal
great.
at
The
all.
graphics kind of looked outdated. It didn't look great to me. It just kind of like a game. Okay.
A game. Oh yeah.
But apparently, it's coming out as an Xbox One X exclusive. I shouldn't have said that. I should have said an X. Even saying X exclusive sounds bad.
Trying hard.
X exclusive. Anyway, it's supposedly coming out as the new console exclusive. I guess it's timed. I guess
that game is a huge fucking deal right now, bro.
X first, okay.
And it's legit fundamentally better than H1Z1 and Daisy by a long shot.
Galactic is another new game. It's about dwarves who are kind of in space with futuristic.
Some generic third-person shooter. Fuck it. It looks like a game.
Or Minecraft, or I would also say No Man's Sky.
You know how much Microsoft probably paid to get that shit? Exclusive, like timed at least?
Combat to kill the monsters and stuff like that. But the one
remember when H1Z1 was supposed to come out on the PS4? And remember how it was still not done? And remember how it was going to be free when it left out of early access? And remember when it got out of early access, separated the games, and put them both back in early access? Fuck H1Z1. And everybody that has something to do with developing it. Alright.
One thing that was kind of shocking about it was the visual style. It seemed like it was really purposely made to be simplistic. Everything was blocky. There weren't really like textures or anything on anything. So I don't know how people are going to feel about
what is
that
autisticness,
some people
right?
might really like it, and some people might be taken aback by it.
But it's an autistic
like
design.
Co-op mining exploration combat game. Okay. State of Decay 2. Got some actual, how people are going to feel about that visual style. Some people might really like it, and some people might be taken aback by it. But it seems like a co-op mining exploration.
Co-op mining exploration combat. Okay. That's the new genre.
State of Decay 2.
Co-op mining exploration combat. That's a new genre. I can't wait to play those games.
Some new things to the game, but really it didn't show any real gameplay, so it's hard to say. And
keep in mind, this is counted as coverage by DSP. He calls this coverage. This was a game. It looked like a game. It looked kind of plain. I don't care about it. Oh, it's a combat exploration game. Whatever. Oh, it wasn't real footage. Whatever. Oh, it's the XXXX. I don't know what to call it. Whatever. Oh, they didn't have real gameplay. That's coverage.
Out spring 2018, State of Decay.
Don't quit your day job.
Too much about it.
You might need to quit it.
Then there was a game called The Darwin Project, which started off weird because it almost looked like it was going to be a game like Don't Starve, where you're surviving out in the forest. But then all of a sudden, people were shooting each other with bows. It was really confusing.
Oh, it was confusing.
An announcer guy comes out. He's completely bald, but he's got a hipster long-ass beard, and he starts screaming, "Oh my!"
He's bald and has a hipster long-ass beard. This is coverage. This is why I don't do stuff like this, and I never will do stuff like this. This is why I don't do talking head videos talking about like subjects and shit, because I'm not gonna sit up here and embarrass myself like this. I'd rather make these stupid videos than sit up here and pretend like I know what I'm talking about when I obviously don't. Because this dude has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Let's listen.
My God, did you see that? Now there's only 2 people left, and now one guy's gonna sneak up on him from behind and sneak through the window and attack him from behind. Oh my God, look at that! Oh, he doesn't have a chance. And everyone's like,
he's going into more detail about how he presented it instead of what was actually presented.
What the fuck is going on?
Coverage.
Is this like, what is this? So I think what it's supposed to be is kind of like the Hunger Games, where it's a bunch of people on a multiplayer map, and they use stealth abilities and things to try to pick each other off.
People use that, and people do that in the Hunger Games?
It didn't honestly look like anything
amazing. He could have said Battlegrounds was like the Hunger Games with that logic.
But this
the graphics look outdated.
It's a game that they wanted to push, so okay, whatever. The guy was obnoxious, that was for sure.
Okay, whatever. The guy was obnoxious. This is coverage. He didn't even talk about the game. He said the graphics look simple and it's like Hunger Games.
Then there was a giant Minecraft segment. So most of
let's listen to this
now for about 5 minutes because I'm going to talk about Minecraft. But you know what I mean? Like Minecraft, the game, you know, that was cool in 2012. They're still pushing this shit. So what are they doing new for Minecraft? First of all new content coming this summer. It's going to be cross-platform now. It's going to have DLC content, new world.
He's acting like cross-platform, and the biggest fucking game still is not a big deal.
Worlds are coming out for Minecraft. All this shit. Minecraft, right? And then they announce a new look for Minecraft. the new super duper high resolution textures pack for people with 4K TVs and who are going to buy the X console. You'll have the best looking Minecraft ever. And then they try to show it.
It's just a shader pack.
Looks exactly like the existing Minecraft. Like, it doesn't look any
literally looks the same.
better. Because Minecraft's pixelated as fuck anyway.
Minecraft is not pixelated. Minecraft is blocky. Minecraft was never pixelated. Does he know what pixelated means? Terraria is pixelated on purpose. Minecraft is not pixelated.
It's not going to look better in 4K. I mean, it's such a stupid thing.
It's coming from a dude that's probably never even seen 4K. It's not going to look better in 4K. Take a sip.
So
stare at the chat.
I just gotta shake my head and I'm like,
yo, we looking pretty bad. We 15 minutes in and we got 1 sub and $2. No bits or anything. This is a terrible stream.
I don't know what they were trying to do. I don't know if they were
the fuck?
But it didn't
fucking
work.
broke boy ass fucking viewers, man. Not giving them money.
You did not sell me on buying Minecraft for a millionth time or playing it on a new console. Minecraft is Minecraft. You don't need to advertise it anymore. It has an installed user.
I love this dark side feel logic. A thing is a thing, so you don't need to advertise it because everyone knows what it is. Basketball? Why should we advertise basketball on TV? We know what basketball is, right? So why the fuck does it get advertised? That's fucking stupid. But couldn't we say this about him too? We know what your videos are, so why do you tell us to watch them? Why do you tell us to sub to KO Gaming? Well, you used to. We knew what the channel was. Why did you tell us to sub to it? Why do you tell us to tip to you and fucking send bits and sub to you? We know what it does. It's such terrible logic. You know what a thing is, so why should you advertise said thing? For some reason, I talked about this in the last E3 video. For some reason, he got this shit engraved in his mind that only new stuff should be talked about at E3. And if something already currently exists or had a prequel before it, like if it's like Madden, you shouldn't even talk about it. Minecraft is a multi-billion-dollar fucking game. We're not gonna talk about it because everyone knows what it is. Okay. You want to know how those people know what it is? Because it was advertised to them in some way. Whether it was a YouTube video or it was fucking E3. Really stupid. This dude says he went to business school, but he doesn't feel it's a need to advertise something that's already currently popular.
Keep playing it, but for the mainstream gamer, Minecraft is
the mainstream gamer.
I think it's because they spent so much fucking money buying it from Notch that they realize they still got to try to make money from this fucking thing, but I don't know. Really silly.
They probably already made that back.
Okay, up next, finally something that they talked about that got the crowd going, the new Dragon Ball Z fighting game, which you might have heard heavily rumored, it leaked actually that this game was coming out.
The new Dragon Ball Z fighting game that's made by the people that made Blast Blue, the game DSP has never played, and the people that made Guilty Gear, the game DSP has never played since he's been on YouTube, and the game that he has been ducking his entire YouTube career. And in general, the people that make anime fighters. Now let's be honest here, DSP is a cuck. He one of those fucking special kind of cucks that's gonna buy this new Dragon Ball Z anime fighting game, even though they hate anime fighters in general. And they're gonna buy that game and they're gonna get bodied by real Blast Blue players and real Guilty Gear players because they're gonna know how the systems work. I don't care if you're playing as Goku or fucking Ragnar the fucking Blood Edge. It's an All System Works game. You're gonna get bodied by somebody that play All System Works games. And I can't wait to see him and all the other fucking bums that's gonna get this because it's a Dragon Ball game. And they're gonna get fucked up online. I cannot wait to see it. Me personally, I probably won't be buying it. I ain't watched Dragon Ball Z since I was like 14. And I'm 26 now. Yeah, I know I'm pretty fucking old. I ain't watched that shit since I was like 14. And I kind of hate All System Works because all of their PC ports come out too late or barely supported or have like fucking memory leaks or have shitty fucking player bases because nobody wants to play them online or all of the above. So fuck All System Works. Don't give a fuck about them. Don't give a fuck about their game. And I don't care what characters they put in it. I'm going to be completely honest there. Regardless of what you want to think about the game, my opinion, and I can hide behind those weasel words, those words that only pussies use, as the DSP taught me, it's going to be Guilty Gear with Dragon Ball Z characters. And Dragon Ball Z animations and Dragon Ball Z lore, but it's still going to be Guilty Gear. Just like Persona 4 Arena was just Guilty Gear with Persona characters. Just like Blast Blue is Guilty Gear with made-up characters. But whatever. You can play the game. I don't give a fuck. Just don't get it on
I believe it's
PC.
made by Arc Systems, the same people who made,
Unless it got
the Metal Gear
crossplay, and
franchise.
they probably won't get it.
We've now confirmed it is 2D artwork. It is not like 3D characters in a 2D environment, say like Street Fighter 4 or 5. No, it's 2D hand-drawn artwork.
It's actually 3D artwork,
anime.
but they make it look 2D.
And it's got all your favorite GBZ characters, the different versions of the Saiyans, the different Boos, Cell.
But whatever.
They showed everyone. Frieza. They showed all the classic DBZ characters are going to be in it. It's going to be a 3-on-3
What about
fighter,
Bulma?
where you can tag in and out.
And TN.
during
TN
the
is
game,
my
which
favorite
pretty
character.
cool.
And Yamcha.
It looks
Yamcha
neat.
is
It looks
godlike.
neat to me. It's
Did they show
definitely a game
TN and
I'm
Yamcha, you
interested in.
fucking
And they said
asshole?
That's coming out early 2018.
Probably not.
So I'm interested in looking at that. And by the way, that was the first game.
Early
where the
2018, I
crowd
could be dead by
actually,
then.
Popped for it. Okay, they actually got excited. And we're like, wow, this is kind of
All these
cool.
fucking weebs
And
getting
it's called
excited for this old shit that they used to watch when they was
Fighter
kids.
Z. I know everyone's going to have a tough time saying that one too. DB Fighter Z. Ugh.
You could just say Dragon Ball Z,
right?
Fighter Z, or
DB
whatever.
Fighter Z. All right.
Calm down.
The next game they showed off was a game called Black Desert. This is already an existing MMO on PC.
Yay.
However, I've never seen it. For me, what looks cool about this MMO is the combat style seems a lot more action-oriented than typical MMOs that are like turn-based, slow-moving,
Yo,
kind of boring.
I was watching somebody else watch E3 during this part, and the chat was going crazy. They was like, oh my god, is this a fake Dark Souls? They was like, holy shit. People was posting PogChamps and shit in the chat. And then Black Desert Online popped up. And everybody in that chat was disappointed. Because they didn't even know it was Black Desert Online. They thought it was a new game. Like a open world RPG or something. And they saw it was Black Desert Online. The game's cheap. You can get it for like less than $10 right now on Steam. I might get it. And play it for a day and then realize I wasted my time and never play it again. It got nice graphics and you can make like waifus and shit. DSP won't play it.
Your big, giant, epic-looking combos and effects, and even magicians were like doing.
No matter how the
magic
combo
and
is,
stuff
it's
that
still an
looked like it was
MMO.
more action and timing based than anything else. But I don't know much about it. I've never played Black Desert. That game.
Yeah, because you don't have a computer.
2018
Well, you
on
do
X.
have one, but you don't use it.
Then they showed The Last Night. This game looked interesting to me. A combination of pixelated graphics, think like Secret of Monkey Island, games like that.
You mean the first one?
Futuristic setting, kind of like almost Blade Runner, or there was this game back in the day called Flashback, a game like that.
Do you think we're 80 like you?
Futuristic tech, but it almost is like 1980s futuristic.
Blade Runner.
Neon and stuff like that.
Man.
It looks like it might be a game like Secret of Monkey Island. It looks like it's going to have puzzles and stuff and characters that you talk to and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see how it
You're
goes.
probably enjoying my shirt. I'm sure it's
But
very
looked pretty
distracting.
good,
It was
and
done
that's
on
a game I
purpose.
may be interested in coming up called The Last Night. All right. Then they showed off a game. I don't know what the fuck it was. They didn't even make an effort to explain what their game was. It was basically a bunch of hipsters.
A
walking
bunch of
through the street.
hipsters.
It was like 2D artwork, kind of stylized. Almost think about like a Tim Schafer game. That's kind of how the artwork looked like the Broken Age games. And this guy's walking.
Tim Schafer created the art design?
All of a sudden now he transforms into a robot suit. Then all of a sudden he starts jetpacking. Then all of a sudden a guitar appears in his hands and he starts playing a guitar riff like a crazy solo. And then all of a sudden it shows like his face is getting close to the camera. And
I also like that hipsters are completely defined by how they look in DSP's world. And it's kind of odd to call someone a hipster when you're a full-time streamer slash YouTuber that legit only has a roof over his head because of Patreon and Twitch. And you call somebody a hipster because of how they look.
blows. It's like this big hallucination of LSD tripping drugs. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was really fucking weird.
This is coverage.
They said,
I don't know
"Oh,
what
the
it
Artful
was."
Escape coming out when it's damn ready. Okay? If you're going to promote a game at E3, usually it helps if you tell us what the game is. I'm just saying. And that
No one
trailer,
does that.
Although it piqued my interest for
Because
how
people
weird
get
the
bored of
trailer
that.
was,
You want a
it
dude to
explained
stand
what
out there and
game
explain
is,
the game?
So I don't know if it really did its job.
Also, he criticizes, I said this in the last video like this, he criticizes people for going into detail about what the game is because no one understands it. And then when they don't tell what the game is, then he say they didn't say what the game was.
Okay.
Okay.
And then there's a game coming out, if you're not aware, from the makers of Dark Souls. Yes, From Software. are making a game that's much more anime style.
From Software didn't make this game, by the way. Namco Bandai did. This is amazing. Just wait. I'm gonna let this ride. I'm gonna let this ride.
It's got very anime-looking characters in it.
The chat corrected them. Spoiler.
Anime-ish weapons. It definitely doesn't look like Dark Souls.
Coverage. By the way, hashtag coverage is the hashtag for the video. I gave it away early. Hashtag coverage. This is coverage. A dude completely being completely incorrect and waiting for the chat to correct him. Coverage. He wants to get paid for this.
But we really don't have a lot of information about this game. I'm assuming maybe there will be a lot of information.
He could have looked up information about it instead of just paying attention to just the trailer.
But I can't really tell you from watching the trailer like what it is. It's combat, definitely, because they're fighting enemies and stuff. But it didn't really. It was more about like showing off the flashiness of the anime style.
Anime style.
The core gameplay mechanics. Excuse me. So I can't really speak to.
Yeah, trailers show off gameplay mechanics now.
All right.
Oh, here we go, staring deeply into the chat.
Okay.
Whole chat. It's not from Software. It's not from Software.
Bandai Namco. Then why, when I was watching it, was everyone telling me that it was from Software?
Because your viewers are dumb.
People are now telling me it's not. It's Bandai Namco. Okay, so everyone lied to me when I was watching the press conference then, because everyone in the stream chat was telling me it's from Software, and now everyone's saying it's not.
Coverage. He bases his coverage off what his fucking viewers tell him. Why would you listen to Twitch chat? Never base your opinion on Twitch chat. Never. You should know better than this. If people tell you something in Twitch chat, you look it up and confirm it. You don't go by what they say 100% because you look like an idiot.
It's a totally different franchise. Maybe that's why it didn't look like a From Software game.
Fucking moron.
All right. All right. Let's do a few shout outs because we actually need some
here we go.
shout-outs.
What, the sub and the $2? Oh no, it's like a bunch of fucking 20-bit cheers, isn't it? Because you got to get 50 to get a notification.
Right,
it's a bunch of 10-bit cheers.
Shout out
no.
to Musas. Well, actually, I don't think I did this one.
Oh,
Zebra
God.
Subscribed to the channel for the 6th month in a row and earned his golden crown.
Gang, gang. Shout out Zebra. Musas.
Month in a row.
Gang, gang.
To the channel. Thank you, Musas.
Squad, squad.
Sonic Weed did a 10-bit cheer and says that
10 bits.
presenting the new console, almost an X-Bone. Big Tone 995 did a $2 tip. It says Xbox One X paid and brought to you by Pornhub. I know
he got no money during his stream.
Exclusive. XOXX. It
2 subs, like 10 cents, and $2.
I don't know, man. Niche.
Let me guess, 10 bits.
Tipped me $1 and said,
$1.
Probably 30 frames per second because it was in 4K. Simultaneous 4K and 60 frames per second would be impossible. That's great. Then why did Phil Spencer say the games are going to be in 4K and 60 frames per second? You know what I mean? Like, if that's the selling point of the console, then why say it and not be able to show it? Then don't say it. Then say that. Say, well, the games are either 4K or 60 frames per second.
Why would he say that?
Both, and then proceed to only present games in 30 frames per second for the rest of the press conference. It makes you look like a jackass. I'm just saying.
It makes you look like a jackass to think From Software made it again, Namco Bandai made.
Team Gardening.
They didn't make it. They just published it. Some random fucking dudes made it, probably. 10 bits.
1080p and 60 frames per second, but the stream was 30 frames per second. Again,
that 10 cents is really going to help pay his mortgage.
That's Microsoft's fault. It's their job to make sure that their press conference is broadcasting at 60 frames per second everywhere. Because if you're showing off 60 frame games, you need people to know they're 60 frames. The stream was not in 60 frames. So that's Microsoft's fault. That's their fail. And shout out to Ponage101 who just resubscribed to the channel for the 7th month in a row. I thank you very much, Ponage, for resubscribing. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's get to the second half of the Microsoft press conference. All right. So next, they showed a game that they've been showing for the past couple of years. Finally, for the first time, we get to see actual, like, I don't know if it was simulated, but in-game footage of the game Sea of Thieves. And they actually dedicated a large portion of time to this game. I'd say probably around 5 to 10 minutes of in-game footage. So how did it start off? It started off showing that you're on a pirate ship. All right, it's first person, and everyone's a pirate. All your friends are pirates or whatever.
I'm spamming my own Twitch chat right now.
Swimming. All of a sudden, the shark showed up, so they all got back on the boat. Then they went to an island. They boarded the island. They were running around the island. Oh, here's some loot. They dig, and they dug up a treasure chest, and they found loot. Then they went to a cave, and then they showed off there will be combat in the game. There are skeletons that came out of the ground, like undead skeletons, so they all pulled out.
As opposed to the living skeletons.
So then they found a treasure map, and the treasure map said there's big treasure inside the cave.
This game looked really stupid when I watched it, by the way. This did not look like something I was interested in. It was so fucking
Then they outran the skeletons and ran back to their boat.
planned and fake.
Jumped onto their boat. There's a big shootout with
Like
skeletons
real people don't
down
play
at
games together the way
the
those people play
seaside, and
games
finally
together.
Reboarded the boat. If you don't get my kind of pattern here, skeletons, 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 skeletons. That was the only real kind of enemy that they showed in the game. But then they also wanted to show that there was more to the game than that. Then they were on the boat, and all of a sudden another ship showed up, and they engaged in a firefight.
Did the ship have skeletons?
Back and forth.
Undead
and
ones?
A stalemate. What they did is they put their bodies into the cannons and launched each other to each other's boats. So they were having duels on
That's really
boats,
stupid.
Back and forth and hand to hand.
At least they're
combat,
giving
but also
details about it,
shooting.
but Jesus.
So basically what they're telling you is it's going to be a big world that's going to have other people in it. So as you're playing, sure, you'll be doing stuff with your friends, but also there'll be other people playing together that may be trying to steal your loot or whatever, and you're going to have these kind of epic sea duels, all right?
Oh, that sounds very exciting.
So what did I think about it overall? Quite honestly, I didn't hate it, but at the same time, for me,
He's not gonna play it.
Underwhelmed. Like, I was like, okay, this is pretty much exactly what I expected, because it's pirates, and there's only so much you can do with a pirate formula. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like skeletons.
Gameplay elements in the game you've never seen before, and I don't know, like
all those
me,
old
that's the kind of game,
pirate stories with skeletons coming out of the ground.
Destiny, much like what was it? What was that game last year that Ubisoft came out with that no one plays anymore? That I skipped. I can't
The
remember.
Division?
Like any of these co-op
Because
games,
he didn't play it,
the
no
game
one
is great.
plays it, by the
You
way.
get 4 friends together,
It's the
right?
same fucking
You're
DSP
kicking around
meme.
the
I
street,
didn't
taking
interact with it,
each
so
other,
no
you're
one
hitting
liked
each
it.
other, You're giving each other a hard time.
Oh my
and
God.
then you do these cooperative goals together, and that's cool, and I can see why that would be fun. But is this a game on its own, just on its own merits of the things you do in the game, going to be a game that massively holds your interest for an extended period of time, or is it going to be more about the social experience you get with your friends while you're playing a kind of mediocre game? And that's kind of the question I have to pose there, because nothing that I saw in the game was like, wow, I'm dying to do that. It was more like, wow, okay, this is busy work I'll be doing while I'm playing with my friends. You know what I mean? So I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm saying, all right? Tacoma, this is a game that we've heard about for 2 freaking years.
Isn't Tacoma a car?
Like a
I'm gonna look that up.
exploration game. You're in space, and I guess what happens is
I think Tacoma is a fucking car.
You don't know where everyone is.
Yeah, it's a Toyota Tacoma. They named the game after a car.
What happened on this
Good job.
station.
Tacoma.
I don't know. I mean, it looks alright.
Can't Google that. You're gonna get a car.
They finally gave it a release date.
I hope they
probably
spelled
end
it
up checking
different.
It out, but it certainly, again, doesn't look like something super amazing that blew me away.
The new Toyota Tacoma only available on the Xbox One X.
Super Lucky's Tale. You play a
New
fox
sub.
that does kind of platforming.
Yeah. That's a shitty sub
gameplay.
fucking notification. I hate it.
Combination, I say, like Banjo-Kazooie, ukulele, maybe with a little bit of Super Mario is kind of the vibe I got from it. But it is 3D. Like sometimes you'll be doing full 3D roaming, but then there's segments that go to 2D side-scrolling platforming. Okay, so a lot of stuff in this game. The question that I have is this going to be another Banjo-Kazooie? Because we just played ukulele. You know what I mean? Like it didn't.
We just played it. Everyone played ukulele.
Okay,
shitty ukulele. No.
Like coins. Typical platforming thing.
Look, because the 3D platformer just came out, we can't play this new 3D platformer that's probably going to come out 6 months from now, which will be like a year from the time ukulele came out. What's wrong with this dude? We all played it. Everyone played ukulele. So they don't want to play any 3D platformers for the next 5 years, I guess. With this logic, he should play like 4 games a year. Well, I just played Call of Duty last year, so why would I want to play fucking Call of Duty this year? I just fucking played it. What's wrong with this dude?
Great, but being that ukulele was just out, I don't know how many people are like craving more platforming games, but so that's coming out. Didn't have a release date for that one though. Cuphead, finally. Cuphead.
Oh, Cuphead, the game people jack themselves off over when it's just a fucking side-scrolling shooter.
Cuphead.
Somebody gonna get mad at me for that. I don't care. Cuphead is a side-scrolling shooter. For some reason, everybody act like it's the next fucking coming to Jesus. It's mad side-scrolling shooters you can get on every console, going back what 25, 30 years. But because Cuphead looks cool, that makes it like a different fucking game. It's the first side-scrolling shooter to come out in the last 10 years, according to the internet. But whatever.
Like 3 freaking years. I'm pretty sure it's been 3 years we've seen this.
He acting like he's been waiting for this. He doesn't care about this. It's a side-scrolling shooter with probably a story.
Cuphead is finally releasing.
Come on.
Cuphead is. It looks to be a side-scrolling shooter. Think like Metal Slug. Okay.
What?
Like that. Only there's a lot of unique things. The graphical style is like a.
It's not like Metal Slug at all.
Styles of gameplay integrated into it. So it seems like it's pretty
Don't
interesting.
you fly in
Hopefully the game
Cuphead?
turns out well. I actually
Let me
interested
look
in
this
that
shit
one.
up.
So Cuphead finally end of September.
2015
Then
trailer.
they
Good
did a
job.
montage because everyone knew.
Took out this long to make a side-scrolling shooter. Oh no, you do walk around and jump. Okay, okay.
You knew that they
Yeah,
were
you know what?
present every game. They were gonna have at some point do a montage.
I saw the part where it was like him flying. Okay. Yeah, I saw this part.
Exactly what they did. I'll be honest here. The only game that even stood out for me
Still-
during this montage was this game called Observer, where it seems like it's another one of these first.
It's a lot of side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups, man. Cuphead is not fucking unique for that. It just has a cool art design. We act like it's different and but whatever. I'm gonna shut up.
Or something like that. Again, it's a montage. You didn't even get to hear audio or anything from the game, so who knows what the fuck it actually is about.
DSP doesn't know what a sizzle reel is, by the way.
But outside of that, every other game, and I'm not
Oh
exaggerating.
shit! Third out of cuck.
Every
Third out of cuck with the $2. The fact that Xbox exclusive also coming to Windows 10 sounds nice at first to us PC elitists. But most of us know how abysmal the Windows Store is. Just look, DSP doesn't even have Windows 10. He literally doesn't have Windows 10. You spent $2 just to get your opinion on the screen, didn't you? Third out of third. You give DSP money just to get noticed in the chat, don't you? Anyway.
The other single game in this montage looked to me like a mobile game. It looked like a game that you could play on your phone. So why would you care about playing it on your Xbox One or hell, buying an Xbox One X to play it? I don't know.
I don't think anyone's going to buy an Xbox One X to play Cuphead, first of all. Second of all, because the game looks like you can play it on your phone, that means you shouldn't play it on your console. Even though you will probably pay for it no matter what.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Then they promoted that they've had over 500 of these indie-style games released on ID at Xbox, which is basically kind of the same indie thing they did on Xbox 360. Now they do it on Xbox One, so they're touting their indies and stuff.
Take a sip, look at the chat, stare deeply into it.
Action,
Ignore the tip you just got. Wait till later to give them a shout out.
RPG where there's combat and survival, and it just didn't look very original. I really don't have much to say about it. I just don't. Life is Strange 2 was announced, but not really, because it's not called Life is Strange 2. It's called Life is Strange Before the Storm, and it seems like it's a pseudo sequel that actually is going to answer questions about the game. Because if you remember, some of the big lingering questions in Life is Strange, like what really did happen to
I think he was wrong about
was
what
she?
character
Because
it
you
is,
never
too,
really
by
got
the
to
way.
find out about that person who was a big part of the game, but never was. She was part of it, but never was a character that you controlled or interacted with.
Oh no, he was right.
So it's kind of like a prequel, but not, because you play as the same protagonist from the first
Nope,
game.
he was
She's
wrong.
Older now.
It's not
It
the
seems
same
like she's gonna go
protagonist,
back
and it
in
is a
time to
prequel.
meet Rachel. Kind of a weird premise.
It literally
and one
is
of
a
the things that
prequel,
stood out for me is
and you
only
don't play as
3
the same character.
episodes, so obviously it's not a full-on, full-length
Coverage.
game like the original Life is Strange
I
was.
hope I'm
If
wrong,
anything,
but I
it
think
seems
I'm
to me
actually
what
right.
happened was
Good
Life is Strange
coverage.
ended up being such a sales hit, which maybe they didn't expect, that now they said, well, let's just do it for the hell of it to make an expansion to maybe have
Phone it
answer
in.
questions and stuff answered, because we really kind of did leave it hanging there at the end, and I think that's what this is going to be. So, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Episode 1 is releasing on August 31st, and they didn't give, obviously, a time frame for the other 2 episodes, but I would assume probably 1 or 2 more by the end of the year. Okay. Okay. On to my final page of notes. So, Shadow of Mordor.
I know you like hearing the
says,
keyboard
wrong,
sounds.
Wrong. It was Chloe. Wrong. It was Chloe. It's a prequel. Wrong. The main
Whole
character
chat
was
shitting
Chloe
on
before
him.
she dies.
Coverage!
Well, I'm glad you all knew that, because they didn't say that in the trailer, so I don't know if you looked it up or whatever.
They didn't say it in the trailer. Because the devs didn't say it in the trailer, obviously. He's going to completely spread misinformation until his chat corrects him. And he uploads this shit as coverage. How do people support this fucking goofiness? Stop doing E3 coverage, DSP. You fucking suck. You fucking suck. Stop doing it. Stop it. No one cares. Stop it.
Whatever, but I didn't realize that. I guess
I didn't realize it. Well, why did you tell us this?
Explains Rachel's story. So there you go. Wrong, 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 wrong.
Now, when people wrong in his chat, he shit on them. When he wrong in his own stream, they're not allowed to shit on him. He got to come up with an excuse. Eat a dick. Good God.
Fake news.
Oh, nice Trump
Okay.
meme. In 2017, Trump memes.
Shadow of Mordor got a large segment on the Microsoft press conference.
Third out of third still didn't get a shout out, by the way. You gotta wait for
I gotta
it.
say, I was kind of shocked by a few.
When you give me some money, you gotta wait like 20
First of
minutes
all,
before I get
they
you a
say
shout
we're
out.
Expanding the Nemesis system.
It was only $2. It's not enough. You gotta give me more.
Fighting styles. And basically, there's going to be more to it. It's going to be more complex. You'll be able to level up your minion armies and command your minion armies to do things and all this kind of stuff. But then when they actually started showing the game, the graphics look way different from the first game. They look more
Graphics
cartoony.
style?
The game is far more bright. If you remember the first Mordor game,
The game didn't look that different to me.
all right, it was very dark. I'm sorry, it's not Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, right? I wrote down the wrong name.
Wrong name,
The
good
new
job.
Mordor game, I'm just gonna call it.
So
It
just
was
be
very
wrong
dark.
on
The lighting,
purpose.
everything was dark. This game, everything's like bright. Sun is out, bright, sunny. Everyone looks happy. It looks like you're in the middle.
Everyone
of
looks happy.
obviously. And the
Okay.
graphics too, they look more cartoony. They actually look
Sure.
they have less detail.
Oh,
to the
yeah.
graphics than the original game did. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
the
Cartoony.
Oh my god, the dialogue. It's like talky. Like the first guy you meet,
The dialogue is talking, as opposed to grunting dialogue, I guess.
gabbing. He's a giant orc. He's gabbing to this small orc. Gab, 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 gab. Then they finally fight. He kills him. Gab, 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 gab. Okay. Then you come in. You shoot the orc. Oh, now you're gonna have a duel. Oh, look. Gab, 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 gab. He's like still talking. Like, what the fuck is he talking so much for? In the first Mordor game, there was like a little line of dialogue here or there. This is like giant, fucking elaborate dialogue now that they've added to the game, which is just so bizarre to me. The combat looks good, you know, doing the usual Mordor style combat. You're gonna have different abilities and everything. And then finally at the end of the fight, again, you recruit the guy. Gab, 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 gab. Oh my god. I don't know. So then they show, oh, the game will be bigger. It'll have more areas than ever before. It's the biggest scale Mordor game that we've done. It's much bigger than the first game. And then they show you storming the castle.
Also,
Basically,
coverage. I'm going to describe the dialogue. I'm not going to point out that the game has like interesting dialogue when the first game kind of didn't when you fought these dudes. I'm just going to say it has dialogue, and I'm going to say gab, 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 gab. Coverage. Coverage. It's high schoolers that can report on something better than this.
you bring your giant army with you to come storm a castle that's already, or not really a castle, a fort, you know, with orcs that are defending it, and there's a big, you know...
He honestly should have just Tyrone Magnus this and did a live reaction video with the trailer playing in the corner of the screen. And I know he hates those kind of videos, but the way he covered it is complete trash. It's worthless. It's worthless information. If you watch this and this is the only information you get about E3, that's me. This is the only information I'm going to get about E3. I'm not about to watch these whole press conferences because I don't have these consoles. I'm probably never going to buy them. If anything, I'll buy an Xbox One because I hate Sony so much right now. And even then still. And I got a Switch, but I don't care about like trailers and shit. I wait for stuff to come out, and if I'm interested, I get it. And PC is PC. I look at the Steam, like the new Steam shit every day. But if you're watching this is the only coverage you're gonna get, you're gonna know nothing. You're gonna know games exist. This is worthless information. This is the equivalent of somebody coming up to you, pointing up at the sky and saying, "Wow, it looks kind of blue," and then walking away. And he wants to get paid for this. He basically does get paid for it. And he calls this coverage. Coverage. And you can kind of let him slide because some people actually just flat out did reaction streams with it like playing at the bottom and them watching it, and they call that coverage. How the fuck is that coverage? Look at me watch E3. This is coverage. It's like when you call Let's Play a project. Sorry, but because you put fucking cool buzzwords in front of doing basic ordinary shit, that doesn't make it prestigious. I'm going to call this DSP coverage. And I'm going to call this video right now a project. So, I'll be awaiting my fucking $100 in bits, third out of third. You can do it. You got it. I'll be waiting my $100 in bits, third out of third. Next time you show up to my fucking chat, I want my $100 in bits. And when I get my sub button, I want like 200 subs day one, because I'm covering these topics and doing projects for you guys. Coverage and projects. See how prestigious I can make everything sound?
Look good. If they did improve that Nemesis system, it looks good. But for me, the visual style of just less detailed graphics, more light than the first game, and the dialogue that seems like cheery. I don't know, man. Like, it seems like they went a different direction. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just seemed weird to me. It didn't seem like the same game as the first one that I played a couple years ago. Okay, oh, and then one other final thing. It looks like there's actually going to be, like, cyborg orcs that have, like, metal arms and metal faces. I guess if they got injured in combat, they found this new way to repair themselves. So that's another thing they threw in there. Ori 2 is coming out. That's all I have to say. I played Ori 1.
He rage quit it.
Watching me found it boring. I stopped playing it. Never
yeah.
Ori 2 is coming
That's
out.
why he
Anyone
quit.
who liked Ori 1, the sequel's coming out. Good
People loved Ori 1, dude.
But
listen, let's listen to this coverage. Let's rewind this. Let's listen to this coverage of E3. Coverage. Now this is the funny thing. I'm going on about this coverage shit, but the video is titled Press Conference Recap / Reactions, which is kind of fair. But when he talks about the actual video, he says coverage. But let's listen to this coverage. Well, even this recap, even as a recap, this is terrible.
Boring. People watching me found it boring. I stopped boring. So that's another thing they threw in there. Ori
is how he covers this game.
It's coming out.
It's coming out. That's all I have to say.
I found it boring. People watching me found it boring. I stopped playing it, never finished it. Ori 2 is coming out. So anyone who liked Ori 1...
It's joke websites that write better articles than that.
The sequel's coming out. Good for you.
Terrible.
Then Phil Spencer made a giant...
Eat 40 dicks, my nigga. That is garbage.
A lot of people love the
worthless
backwards
fucking
compatibility
content.
that we're constantly adding to the list of games that are backwards compatible for the Xbox One, that are Xbox 360 titles. Well, now we're announcing we're going to do backwards compatibility for original Xbox titles, okay? Starting with Crimson Skies, which is one of the I guess one of the best games for the original Xbox. I don't know, I never played it. And he announces that this new program will start in late 2017, and then original Xbox titles will eventually become more and more backwards compatible with Xbox One over time. Great. Then he says there are 5 particular games
by accident.
that if you already own them for the original Xbox One, that they will get free upgrades to 4K resolution if you buy the Xbox One X. And those games are Gears of War 4, Forza, Forza Horizon, the one I played last year, Forza Horizon 3, I think it's called.
I don't know the name.
Killer Instinct, Halo Wars,
hey, KI.
and of course, Minecraft. You gotta still fucking mention Minecraft. So those are the 5 games. If you own them, great. It's basically saying you already own games for the Xbox One X that are going to be 4K, so good for you. You don't have to buy new games.
Why would they do that in the first place?
He announced the one thing that everyone had been wanting to know all press conference, right? You talked about the new console, you talked about its features, you talked about 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, the hardware in it. What does it cost? And he came up and he said, ladies and gentlemen, the Xbox One X will cost $999 US. No, I'm kidding. He did not say that. No. The Xbox One X is $499 United States dollars, okay? Some people already immediately said, oh no, but the PS4 Pro is $100 cheaper. So if you're looking for an upscale console, you already have a cheaper option in Sony, and is that going to be a negative for Microsoft? Is this thing not going to sell? For me, the way I see it, you have the hardcore Microsoft fans who are going to probably buy anyway, And then if you're going to market
Okay.
for a console, I think really
Hardcore Microsoft fans.
games, like what games
All 7
are
of
gonna
them.
really run at that full 4K resolution on the Xbox One X versus
Another
what
thing
games
I
are being-
noticed, I like how when these companies come out with something new, DSP always says the hardcore fans are going to get it. The fanboys are going to get it. Not people that want the newest technology or the best technology, just the hardcore fanboys. But it's only when it's a newer version of something or when it's an upgrade to something. If it's the actual base thing, he doesn't say that. Like when the PS4 came out and Xbox One came out, he didn't say that. But when the PS4 Pro came out, he said it. Xbox One S came out, he said it. Xbox One X come out, he said it. Pro controller come out, oh, fanboys are going to fucking only buy this, and then he fucking buys it with store credit. He always does that. And it's always stuff that he won't do, which is very surprising, right? I'm not going to do this thing. So let me fucking engrave it into my viewers' heads that the only people that do it are fanboys. So that means I don't have to do it and they won't expect me to do it. Phil, are you going to buy the Xbox One X? They won't ask him that. Because he said only the fanboys are going to buy it. And he's not a Microsoft fanboy. He's Darkside Phil. He's the most honest game in the fucking YouTube. He keeps it real. Keeps 10 times 10.
Advantage on the PS4 Pro, and maybe then you make your educated decision. One thing I will say, 4K Blu-ray player. I'll say it again. You know, that having that 4K Blu-ray player built into the Xbox One X gives it an advantage because it has a dual purpose. It's not just a gaming console, and that's a huge
Don't they have to
thing,
pay to get that put in that
Keep in mind,
system?
PS4 Pro,
I don't think
right,
they
have that.
own
They
that
have the
technology.
4K Blu-ray player. So
I
right
think
there,
Blu-ray
if
is
you're-
Sony
I'm
shit,
gonna
so they
buy
gotta
one
pay
and I want
Sony.
one with
Hey,
most features,
Viking,
you're
the
gonna
dude
go
that's
with the
going
Xbox
now.
One X, right? I mean, I would. If
Specifically
really, honestly,
50
right
bits
now,
just
I
to
had
get
a
the
4K
notification.
TV, I would buy the Xbox One X because I want that Blu-ray player. That would be my personal choice. But how many people
Staring at the
actually
chat.
have a 4K TV and they're going to be worrying about this is the real question here, in my opinion, anyway.
Take a sip and stare deeply into the chat. Just all into it.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
So, the final thing. Sorry, I almost forgot. The final
He
thing
like
that
stares
happened
at the fucking bits
at
and
the
shit
press
and then don't give him
conference
shout outs until
was
later. You know we're
Anthem,
looking at
which we
it.
knew was coming because if you
The
watched
fuck?
the EA press conference yesterday, EA said, "Oh, a new IP that from our developers at BioWare, Anthem, and we'll talk about that tomorrow at Microsoft." And everyone was like, "Isn't the point of your press conference to actually announce the new games?" Like it was very.
They did announce it and they said
Finally,
they're
now
going to
went
talk
into
about it the
detail
next
and they
day.
actually showed gameplay. All right, so it's a new IP. It's a cooperative game. You don't have to play it cooperatively, but it looks like a game that's made for co-op.
Oh, great.
You're basically in mech suits. Think Iron Man. Okay, that's kind of literally what these suits are. Mech warrior suits or
Iron Man invented the mech suit.
And it shows this person getting into a suit and flying with their jet boots, propelling them just like Iron Man through this open world jungle. And
Iron
as they're
Man was
going
the only
around,
one to
they're
ever
looking
do that.
around for different, they're scanning the areas for different items and things. They touch down, all of a sudden they see some monsters off in the distance. They ignore that group of monsters. They keep going, and then they find a group of monsters surrounding, I guess, what they thought was loot or a chest or something.
I like how he goes into detail about this because he's obviously interested in it, but the majority of the shit he covered, he pretty much said it existed and stated like a couple of things, and that was it. But this is going into detail about it, like you're trying to describe a movie.
Something.
Coverage.
So the guy just,
Even
looked
fair and
tweaking.
balanced
Kinda looked like
coverage.
War Machine, like boop, boop, boop. All of a sudden these things
Now he's War
rockets
Machine,
come out of
so he
his
War
shoulders,
Machine and
he
Iron
shot
Man.
like cluster bomb missiles down at the enemies. Boom, 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 boom. Blew the hell out of all of them. They went and grabbed loot, and it was like, oh, epic loot. It was a good gun. I'm so happy that I got this gun. So they kept
Okay.
exploring. They fought a few more enemies, and then more people cooperatively joined them. So by the end, there's 4 people who are actually playing this game together. And then they find this like big thing that looks like
Oh,
a
great.
dimensional rift, and they fly into it,
Four-player
and that's the
co-op.
end of it.
That hasn't been done before.
So, if anything, there's a few things I have to say. First of all, the open world.
These like
exploration
$500
mechanic by
consoles,
being
and
able
we
to
still got the
fly
same amount of
through
players
it
in co-op
was actually
as we
quite
had in the
neat.
fucking
I actually
PS3.
did like that. It seems like there's
It's
a lot
kinda
of freedom
astonishing when you
movement,
think
and
about it.
control of the flying seemed really smooth, and that could be really cool.
Console is
to have
still
4 people
fucking
all exploring the map,
way
flying
fucking
around, so
back by-
find something
way
really
behind.
tail it over there to help them with like a big co-op fight or
Feels
something. That could
bad,
be
man.
pretty neat. The
Um,
gameplay didn't look generic because it wasn't a fucking first-person shooter. I hate to say it,
First-person shooters are all generic.
First person. This one seems like it's going to be this mech combat third-person style, which is pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, that's unique.
Also could go underwater,
but it's like Iron Man, but it's unique.
At one point, the suit goes underwater and says, "Oh, there's a cave down there you can explore." So because you're in a mech suit, you could go underwater as well. You don't have to worry about oxygen. That's kind of cool because now you have above ground and below ground that you can also check out, and I did enjoy that as well. There's also weather effects. During the demo that they played, all of a sudden a storm came in, it started raining, and it looked really cool. It actually startled some of the wild creatures out in the jungle. They started running through the jungle because they were scared by the lightning or whatever. And that was kind of cool too. I will say this again, you gotta wonder, is Anthem gonna be a game that is really fun to play with friends? Because it's co-op oriented, but if you try to play it by yourself, it's boring as dirt. Is it going to be a game that the gameplay hooks you and you want to keep playing it because the gameplay is robust and different? Or is it going to be the kind of game that you get bored with the gameplay, but it's fun because you're playing it with friends? The one thing I will say that for a game like this versus a game like Sea of Thieves, this game, the mechs seem very different. Like the one style of mech that you were following was very much like Iron Man, but there was another mech that looked like a big tank, and I'm wondering, is the gameplay significantly different dependent on the mech class that you pick? Obviously that remains to be seen. We have no idea. We don't know when the game's coming out.
He went into so much detail about this because he's obviously interested in it. The other games get shat on. Wow. Good job.
For me, this kind of game, all right, appeals to me versus a game
See?
like Sea of Thieves.
It appeals to
I feel like I
him.
get bored of that game
So
in
he
5
gives all of
minutes,
this detail.
all right?
Sea of
And that
Thieves
was
got
it
nothing.
for Microsoft's press
This game, he
conference,
going detail
okay?
by detail.
So,
You should have talked about how the fucking polygons
a
look.
lot of talk about the Xbox One
Thanks for the
X,
fucking
okay, a lot the specs of it,
sound
the fact that it's
effect.
gonna run games in 4K, and it's
That's
gonna
what I
run
get for
games
typing in
60
my own
frames,
Twitch
but then
chat
they
while I
didn't run any
stream
games in
stuff.
60
Well, while I
frames on
record
stream,
stuff.
which really confused me.
Good job.
Honestly, the games that really interested me at the Microsoft press conference were, let's go through them. Assassin's Creed Origins, which is
I'm going to turn it off
multi-platform.
if it happen again.
Shadow of War, Mordor Shadow of War, multi-platform. Anthem, which is multi-platform. You kind of see what I'm getting at. They said, oh, there's 22 console exclusives, and out of all the console exclusives they talked about, there was one that I was really interested in, State of Decay 2. And that's pretty much it. Like, all the other games, okay, great, but they're not like system sellers. I'm not going to run out and buy the Xbox One X to play fucking Cuphead or Ori 2. You know what I mean? I need a game that's a system seller, and they didn't really say, here's a big bombshell game you weren't expecting that's gonna sell this fucking console. Boom! You gotta get it in November now because of it. Instead, it was kind of like, well, you're already gonna have games that are gonna look even better in 4K, so you should get the console because you want to play your same games you like now in a better resolution. I don't think that's the selling point of the console. I think they need a killer app, and they didn't really show
Well, that sound like an
off the
IGN
killer
fucking
app at this
comment.
conference, which
They
I
need
think
a killer
is
app,
big
man.
problem trying to sell this new console in November, unless the hardcore ravenous, Microsoft fans are always going to go.
Oh yeah, the hardcore
Also, you got the
Microsoft
price
fans in
point issue.
2017.
PS4 Pro, $400. Already going to run the multi-platform games better. Xbox One X, $500. If you don't care about 4K Blu-rays, there is no advantage of getting one over the other. Because like I said...
Did he imply that the PS4 Pro is going to run games better than the Xbox One X? Are you serious? Okay.
Exclusives weren't very good, so I don't know. Is it was all this build up for Project Scorpio and everything really all just fluff and a non-announcement, or will this console actually have any kind of traction and give us better gaming on consoles? I don't know. The bottom line is, for me, I really don't care. I don't have a 4K TV. I have no plans to upgrade to a 4K TV. I don't think I need to see games in 4K. I think the games look great now. Certainly, capturing and broadcasting in 4K is not something that's very viable right now. Most people can't even handle 1080p streaming and capturing and watching videos now because the internet is not great worldwide. We don't have the internet on that level
Who
yet.
gives a fuck?
So,
this is not
are we
about streaming.
jumping
That's the
gun trying to make all
1%.
these
You
consoles that are
fucking
4K
idiot.
Gaming? I don't know. I don't know.
We jumping the gun on 4K gaming because it's hard to stream? That's the 1%. That's legit the 1%. I stream all the time, DSP stream all the time. But the difference between me and DSP, because I do something, I don't think everyone does it and everyone cares about it. Because a game running 4K, that don't mean you should be able to stream it in 4K. I think 20 years from now, 4K streaming won't be possible, like logically. Even 20 years from now, Twitch is never going to happen on Twitch. Fuck no. We would need a brand new website that got so much money they could throw at servers for 4K streaming and even in 30 FPS to even be possible. And then the people watching streams will have to have astonishing download speeds. I got the best internet package I can get from Cox Cable, which is the best internet company. I'm being extremely sarcastic as I say this because they suck dick. I got the best internet package I can get. 300 megabyte download speed. I get like 400 something with the modem I got. And 30 megabyte upload speed, which is a complete lie because it never gives me that. And when it does, I still can't stream at higher than a 4K bitrate. You would need like second tier, well, I don't know what you can call it. You would need like top tier and a second grade tier internet packages with cable internet to watch a stream in 4K. So for him to think these game devs and these fucking TV makers and shit are gonna wait around for everybody to have amazing internet to watch stuff in 4K, he is out of his fucking mind. Out of his fucking mind.
Some people are completely...
Like I said, that's the 1%. It's the 1% that even has something that could play 4K. People that got 1080p monitors still not getting 1080p out of their streams. Because the only way you're going to get 1080p quality in a stream that's in 1080p is if you watch it full screen. You can't watch a fucking stream taking up a tiny box and you got a fucking bar here and a bar there and a bar there and a chat there. That's not real 1080p. Because it ain't even full screen. You need shit to be in full screen to actually see that it's fucking 1080p. So imagine 4K. I gotta watch DSP on my TV to see him in 4K. He ain't even upgraded his camera, and he considering 4K streaming and questioning the possibility of it. You ain't even upgraded your camera. You don't even have a 1080p webcam. I have a 1080p webcam and he doesn't, and he gets fucking paid to do this. Eat shit, DSP. Eat shit. You don't know what you're talking about.
Have been saying in the stream chat, well, I have a 4K TV and I'm getting it. I'm sold. I get that, but I don't know if the mainstream person is that person that
you mean you
a sales success. You know what I'm saying? All right. So overall,
yeah, the mainstream person has $1,000 to buy a console and a TV.
It lacked that big wow factor. That big one thing that wow.
It lacked the thing that I care about a lot. And this is going to be the thumbnail for the video. Hour and 11 minutes in.
I wasn't expecting that, and they totally took me by surprise and blew me away. If they had a console-exclusive game for Xbox One X, that was the
gotta go to the
reason
bathroom.
That would have happened.
So I'm gonna just let this ride out till I get back.
And it kind of ended up being more underwhelming to me than anything else, in my opinion. All right, so now finally some quick shout-outs for some more people who did some stuff. We had wow, we had a ton of people who subscribed. CM Fool subscribed for the 6th month in a row. Thank you, CM Fool, and enjoy your golden crown badge. Mr. Feltz subscribed to the channel for the first time. Thank you, Mr. Feltz. Palathius subscribed to the channel for the first time. Thank you, Palathius. Past the Curry subscribed for the first time and said, keep it up. Thank you, Past the Curry. Third Eyed the Third did a $2 tip, and he said, the fact that the Xbox exclusives are also coming to Windows 10 sounds nice at first for us PC elitists, but most of us know how abysmal the Windows Store is. Just look at what happened with the last Remedy game. I don't know what he's talking about, but I guess that could be an issue too. And it's funny because they say, oh, it's an exclusive, but it's not. It's actually Windows 10 and Xbox One X. So if you're a PC enthusiast, why the hell do you need an Xbox One X? The answer is you don't, right? Thank you to Viking, who did a 50-bit cheer. He says, it seems like good hardware. It doesn't seem like a ripoff. I don't think it's a ripoff. I think you're actually getting the value for your buck with the Xbox One X for what's in it. But the question is, will the game developers utilize it? Again, there was not one killer app announced that says, this is the amazing game that you need to play on the Xbox One X, and you need to buy the console for it. It didn't seem like that was at all. It was more like, well, there's games you already play that you can play on it, right? And like, well, that's not going to sell me on buying a new console. Shout out to Dr. Papavera, who did a $2 tip. He said, DSP tries it, saves the world would be a system seller for Xbox One X. Okay? And finally, thank you to Faramite, who did 10-bit cheer and said hi to my boyfriend, Tom. All right. A cheap shout out. All right, everyone. So that is it for my recap and reactions to the Microsoft press conference. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. Wasn't a bad press conference. Microsoft has had bad press conferences. It wasn't bad, but it certainly wasn't great. There was nothing there that was like, wow. And everything that was like good ended up being cross-platform. You know what? And I'll close by saying this because I did notice this and I forgot to write a note about it. Did you notice something this year that was missing, that was present at the past 2 Microsoft press conferences the past 2 years and was completely missing whatsoever from this one? Augmented reality, folks. Remember how they had those big, giant tables? Oh, look, it's Minecraft and augmented reality. Oh, look, it's... And then they had another one. It was like an action-adventure scenario.
All right, I'm actually remember to turn the camera on this time. Look how
compete
professional I am.
with the PSVR and all
It's
that
almost
stuff.
over
So they
with.
wanted to show that they were working on some kind of new
We
reality
got 3 more
project,
videos.
too. Completely gone.
Shitty fucking
They didn't
Bethesda.
mention it at
I'm gonna
all,
talk
and
all
they
over the Bethesda
heavily
one. I gives no
were
fucks
pushing
about
that
what they
shit
got
the
going
past
on.
2 years, so I found it
It's
very
like
suspect
they
that
announce
they just
Fallout
dropped
4
it
that year,
like it's a
and everybody
non-issue,
think they're
'cause they never
important
released it,
every
never
year,
really came
and
out,
they
no
don't
one knew
announce
it.
anything.
It
Last
never
year was
came out,
basic.
right?
This
No
year was
games to use
basic.
it, so
I
they've
don't like
been pushing
Bethesda.
this
I don't
thing
care
for 2
about them
years,
that
trying
much.
to say that, oh, we're going to be competitive with everyone else,
It
and
is
then
what
they
it
just
is.
dropped it. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching
Keep the
my
show
reactions and recap of the Microsoft press
rolling
conference.
on.
I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll continue
You better
to
not
check out
call it
all
a
my
fucking coverage, because this shit is terrible. All right, Bethesda time.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Oh man, Quake, Evil
DSP
Within
here.
2,
I just
wow.
finished watching
Doom,
Bethesda
oh my
E3
god.
2017
And
live press
look, this is how great Bethesda is in 2017. This is how much hard-hitting titles they come out with. The background image that the dude that made this layout, the background image is a fucking Fallout 4 image. The worst Fallout 4.
There was a lot
The
to
worst
talk
Fallout
about,
4.
although
The
honestly,
worst Fallout
not
game.
a lot of
Fallout
it
4.
was good. I would have to say, of all the press conferences Bethesda's put out in the years that they've been doing their own separate press conferences,
Kind of hope I
by
make
far
somebody
the
salty
worst.
about shitting on Bethesda.
Not to say that there was
I'm not
good
gonna pause
stuff in
this.
the
I
press
refuse to
conference.
pause
There
this. I
actually
give no
was,
fucks about
which
that.
we're gonna get to, but
Fucking
there was also
20-minute
equal amount of
coverage
kind of like
conference.
shit. So usually Bethesda's
Bethesda
like,
could
good
eat
thing,
shit
good
for all
thing,
I
good
care.
thing.
Charge
Okay,
it for
we'll grab
mods
a
and
little bit
shit.
of
Fuck them.
here for shameless promotion. Good thing, good thing, good thing. This time around it was like
Thank you for the
mostly
sub.
shit.
Appreciate
and
it.
1 or 2 good things.
Welcome to the
crammed in
Almighty
there.
Aubergine
Okay.
Alliance.
All right, so let's talk about
Kappa.
the press conference. First of all, no Todd Howard this year. And Todd Howard is like the synonymous Mr. Bethesda. So
He a piece
Todd
of
Howard's
shit.
not doing the Bethesda
That's why he
press
wasn't at it
conference.
yet.
Almost are suspect
He was too
that
busy sitting in the
maybe
toilet somewhere.
It's not such a great year. You know what I mean? So let's talk about what happened at this press conference. First of all, it opened up with a montage of all the Bethesda game developers with their kids, and basically their kids trying to explain what their parents do, and they have no fucking clue. My dad just sits at a fucking computer typing all day, and you're like, I don't know. My dad makes sparklies. That's pretty funny. It was actually a pretty good intro.
Oh, he liked
So then they
that.
open up. What's the theme of the Bethesda press conference this year? It's Bethesda Land. You're gonna go through a themed theme park.
Oh,
with
this is
different,
great.
Sections of the theme park.
We should shit on this because they're not talking about new games, right?
That's gonna be featured at this year.
Come on,
It's already,
DSP,
like,
talk shit
kinda
on-
cheesy.
Come on,
Like, it's kinda
no.
like Disneyland. And you're like, oh, that's not really what they've done in previous years. I kind of
Yes, M-rated games need a theme park, I guess.
Like it's more kiddie this year or whatever.
Like all of their games are M-rated.
All right, so the first
Give them a
thing they
theme
announced,
park.
new
I hope they
VR
wasn't serious
experiences
about
for
it.
Bethesda games because there really haven't been any yet.
Wow,
They
VR
announced
for the
Doom
1%.
VFR.
Yeah.
And Fallout 4 VR.
Oh my
Now,
God.
Doom VFR.
An
seems like
average
they
game in
take
VR. I can't wait.
Elements and pieces of the Doom universe and try to put them into a new VR game. It even looks like you don't even walk in this game. You like teleport, and you have a way to like put a waypoint. You teleport to the waypoint, shoot things, then teleport again and shoot things. Because I think they realized you couldn't be able to like move fast enough in a VR game, you know, to be able to dodge stuff if it was like that. So that looked all right. But then it was Fallout 4 VR is literally just Fallout 4 in VR. It's the actual full game. To which I say, hell no. I mean, there may be some people out there who love the PSVR or whatever, or these VR headsets, whatever they are. I can't even stand to wear my PSVR.
Whatever they are.
Like 20 to 30 minutes at a time. I have to take it off, and I'm sweaty, and I have to take a break. I can't
Well, so much,
imagine
you
wearing
faggot.
these VR headsets for like 40 hours playing fucking Fallout 4. You know
You're
what
gonna
I mean?
wear it for 40 hours straight.
So, those were their announcements. Now, the
Okay.
thing is, they didn't actually say, oh, it's going to be on the Vive and on the Oculus and on PSVR. They didn't even say that. They did. I believe they showed the Vive, the HTC Vive, but they didn't actually show.
If they didn't state an
announce
exact
full
one, it's probably going to be on
compatibility
all of them.
Compatible for, so I don't understand that. Like for me, I'd be like,
you can look it
so
up.
Doom VR coming out because I
You
want.
know, someone that does a video like this and has responsibility, they will look it up instead of just questioning it and then figuring it out eventually. They would actually look it up. Like, believe it or not, people that do actual coverage for E3, they watch E3 and then they look the shit up. Because when you look the shit up, you find actual details. This fucking idiot, I don't know how I could point at him. This fucking idiot doesn't look anything up. He watches it live with his fucking stupid cancer chat, sucking his dick and hating on everything that he hates on, giving him wrong information, and then he comes on camera and he gives us the wrong information. And then when people call him wrong for giving us the wrong information, he gets annoyed. I didn't know. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well, why did you make this video?
Play Doom VR if it's on PSVR, and they didn't even give that information at the press conference. I'm kind of like, that's disappointing. I wish that was available.
Did you look it up? You probably could get the information if you looked it up.
So then they go.
But you couldn't even spend time to shave before doing a video.
Before
doing E3 videos. Oh, I don't play it, so it's stupid.
Every fucking year with their stupid Elder Scrolls.
See, it's
Online that
stupid.
No one fucking wants to play. No one cares about this stupid.
No one cares because I don't interact with it. No one cares about it. I'm pausing this video. I'm showing too much respect for this.
All we want is a new official Elder Scrolls entry, and every year we gotta fucking hear about their stupid online
For 2
MMO
years,
that
every
no one
year,
wants.
no one wants.
So of course, they play the trailer.
It's people
for the new
that
expansion
started a
Morrowind
YouTube channel
into
and
Elder
decided to
Scrolls
make a
Online,
living off YouTube
and
because of
fucking,
fucking
it's all overreaction.
Elder Scrolls Online
Wow,
coverage, by the
Did you
way.
see that bear get shot? Wow, did you see that? Wow. How about wow? Did you see how fucking Bethesda still crams this piece of shit MMO that no one wants down our throats every year?
He never played it.
Bunch of fucking assholes.
He literally never played it.
After all this, it's like
Calls it a piece of shit. Never played it.
It's available now. So it's not
No
even
one
it's not
cares
even
because he doesn't.
it's coming soon.
This is
It's
how he
not even
records.
available.
This is how he covers stuff.
Fucking Morrowind expansion, but probably
He wants to get paid for this. He does get paid for this.
And then they already announced there's
This is the best he can do.
Expansions coming out for this fucking game. No one cares.
No one cares.
Online was a failed experiment. All right.
Failed
They tried to
experiment.
take the Elder Scrolls universe and turn it into
It didn't
an
make
MMO.
any money.
work.
It was a
No one
complete
wanted to
flop
play
and a
it.
failure.
Fuck that stupid franchise, and I'm tired of fucking hearing about it.
Fuck
Okay.
the franchise, Elder Scrolls.
All right.
I guess Elder Scrolls Online is a franchise.
Next
Okay.
was a new thing. Now this was a huge controversial thing that they announced at this press conference.
Also, I gotta pause for this. You know what's astonishing? The fact that Bethesda got a video and Nintendo didn't. A developer got a video. Not a developer, a publisher got a video. But Nintendo didn't. I mean, Nintendo is technically a publisher, but they got a fucking console. Nintendo didn't get a video. Bethesda did. Ubisoft got a video. Nintendo didn't.
Ready for the drama? You're about to hear the drama of this press conference, all right? Now, as everyone knows, mods
boy.
are huge
You're
in
something.
Bethesda games. Fallout 4 mods, and even last
Oh,
year,
yeah, the
I
mod
checked out
scam.
the Fallout 4 mods because they were available on Xbox One, not so much on PS4 because of Sony issues or whatever, but they were available on Xbox One. I checked
Sony a
them out.
bunch
They
of
were pretty
cucks.
fun,
Fuck 'em.
right? So they're announcing this new thing called Creation Club for Skyrim and Fallout 4. It's
Creation
available for
Club.
all consoles, so PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So every version.
Yeah, PC is a console.
It'll be available.
We can
What
already
it
get
is,
mods on
mods.
PC, and we don't have to fucking deal with this
Weapons, it
scam
could
bullshit
be
either.
outfits, it could be modifications to the game world. It could be anything. But these are officially approved by
Oh,
Bethesda.
fuck
okay?
they
So
official
that's what they're saying, is you
bullshit.
can import them into your game, and you can save your game.
They
and
can
it won't
eat
corrupt
official
your save
dicks
file
for
or
all I
whatever.
fucking
They're all
care.
officially approved. Therefore, you can use them to play the games normally and continue on with the narrative of the game or whatever. It doesn't.
Who
ruin the game.
cares? They think people care about achievements that much to
Sounds
deal with their
good, right? Wow,
nonsense
I
to
can
get
actually
them?
Get mods now. Even PS4.
The shitty fucking watered down mods?
For 2 years and like I've been waiting for mods. Where the fuck?
Oh
are my
yeah,
mods? Now you're finally gonna get 'em.
waiting for them.
And now here comes the big source of controversy, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone typically is of the mindset that mods are free. Mods are made to be free. It's a modification on a game you already paid for. The mods come after. A lot of them are community created and they're free, right?
I want to hear
That being
this
said,
because this is
some
not a
mods
PC
will be
gamer
created
at all.
by Bethesda employees,
I want to hear
but
how
other
he goes
mods will
about
actually be created
talking
by
about this.
community creators who are already making mods for these games, Skyrim and Fallout 4 previously, and Bethesda liked it. You know, they got attention, so they contacted them and they hired them to make these official mods. Great, right? Guess what? They cost money. What it is, it's going to be a credits system by which you have to spend money, basically microtransactions.
That's so ridiculous.
In order to buy any of these modifications. None of them are free.
Dude, you don't even get
cost
charged for mods in The
so,
Sims.
Well, I can finally get mods on PS4.
And that's an
but they
EA
cost money
game.
While people got free mods on Xbox One.
There's no way you can't shit on
So,
Bethesda
I
like you shit on
definitely
EA
understand why
after
people would
this.
be like,
No
what
way.
The fuck is that bullshit? That's
You are a
not right. And I
complete
agree, that's
jackass
stupid.
if
Mods
you
should
let
be
Bethesda
free.
slide with this.
Should be
EA not
charged.
even charging for
Microtransactions
mods.
for fucking mods is ridiculous. And of course, I get the feeling the PC community. Do you think there's one fucking person playing that game on PC, either of those games on PC, that's gonna spend a fucking dollar for paid mods?
Fuck
They
no, I ain't
always
even
spend
buying a
free
game.
mods. No
I'm pirating the
fucking
game
way.
and getting the
I can
mods
definitely
off
see if
another
you, like, had
website.
it on PS4, like Fallout 4,
They could
you
eat a
died
dick.
for mods, you can never get them. Maybe you'll spend a few bucks. But the whole
Even
appeal
EA
is
not doing that,
shit
dude.
That's kind of wonky.
Even EA
No
not
one's gonna
doing it.
pay. It's really stupid.
And you know
I don't
it's gonna
know
make
that.
money.
I don't know if
You
they're
know it
trying to
is.
cash in. I don't know what it is, but it really
Microtransactions
was the
make money.
non-announcement, the really
Period.
controversial
You know that
announcement
shit
of the
gonna
press
make money.
conference, all right. Okay.
It's Bethesda for why
Then,
fucking
Elder
like
Scrolls.
DLC
Oh my God, Elder
low-key
Scrolls
exists,
gonna
and
be
they started
Elder
charging
Scrolls
for
7 or something,
Hawthorne
right?
or
No.
whatever back in the
Elder
day.
Scrolls Legends, which is their stupid card game. They announced a couple expansions that no one cares about.
No one cares.
They said that the game will actually be out on Android and iOS, iPhone, in July.
I hate his
right now,
meme
I
of
guess it's
holding the
PC
phone up.
only, but now it'll finally be out in July for mobile devices, which makes sense because that's the primary thing that most people are probably gonna fucking play the game on anyway.
Oh, no one plays card
They
games on
announced
that
the
computer.
next update for the game is called Heroes of Skyrim. Where we'll bring in characters
Heroes
from
of
the
Skyrim.
and
Sound
that's
like
coming
Heroes
out
of the
on
Storm.
June 29th.
Amazing
Now,
name.
They're already about 15,
Old dudes in a
20
suit
into the
came
press
up with it.
conference. So let's recap, okay? VR games.
This got a separate video. This shit press conference got a separate video. Let's let that sink in. This got a video and Nintendo didn't. The announcements are garbage. Even Evil Within 2. Garbage. Somebody doing backflips because of Evil Within 2 got announced? I'm sure somebody really likes the game. But I'm supposed to, like, logic would tell me that this is better than what Nintendo announced. Because Nintendo didn't get a video. Ridiculous.
The Elder Scrolls Online, Creation Club paid mods.
All of this
and
is
Elder Scrolls
trash.
Legends. Wow, can you say under fucking whelming so far with this press conference? You see
Yeah,
what
we
I'm saying?
think they're
Like,
important because they
usually
announced
have,
Fallout
like,
4 that
things
year.
and Spread them out over the press conference.
They never
You're 20
had
minutes
shit
into this thing, you're like,
hyped
what is
to
going on?
announce.
Like, will there be anything
Besides
to this
Fallout
fucking press
4.
conference or what?
2
is
years
happening,
ago.
right?
But now we treat them
Alright,
like
so
they,
then
we treat them fucking special
They
because of
show
that.
Nintendo
It's ridiculous.
Switch. Oh boy! So then they finally, after they show Skyrim for the Nintendo Switch, the graphics are massively downgraded. It does not look like Skyrim. It looks like a more mobile version of Skyrim, which everyone expected. And actually shows the two stupid Switch controllers. The guy's going like this.
The two
Like
stupid
arrows and
Switch
shit,
controllers.
Oh, like this. It looks so stupid.
It looks
That's really
stupid.
what I want to do. I want to get Skyrim for my tiny little fucking Switch screen tablet, right? To put it in
Tablet?
front of me and play it here like an asshole instead of playing it on my fucking PC or my console where I could have had.
It's obviously for people to play when they're not at home, you fucking dipshit. Why would you buy Skyrim on a Switch to just play at your house? That's fucking stupid. Even to play in your bed. But why would you get Skyrim on a Switch to sit in your couch and play it? That's fucking dumb. You only do that, DSP, because you're part of the 1% and you don't play anything on the Switch for fun. You only play stuff on the Switch for YouTube videos and shitty Twitch streams.
Had it 5 fucking years ago and it looks great. I want to play it on my fucking Switch. Really stupid. And then the kicker that really made
He just got Street Fighter 2 on his Switch. You had that 20 years ago. Really fucking stupid.
Amiibos work with it, so they had showed a Link amiibo and they scanned the Link amiibo into Skyrim and it changed the character to look exactly like Link. So you had Link's armor and fucking weapons and shit. I'm like, oh.
This is coverage, by the way. This completely biased, one-sided nonsense is coverage.
Maybe if you scan the Bowser amiibo, it turns the fucking dragons into giant Bowsers. You know, who knows? Who fucking knows? Anyway, all right, on to some actual new content because
So
literally
fucking
what
cringy.
they saved the 4 new things to the end of the press conference. So the next 4 things are actually new things you're gonna want to know about. So here we go.
Yeah, I want to know about Evil Within
First of
too.
all, they show, oh, Dishonored. And you're like, Dishonored?
Oh, Dishonored standalone DLC. That's like what, $30? Wow, man, I can't wait to play it.
It's like generic characters from
wow, I'm so excited.
Fighting each other. So first thing I thought was maybe this is going to be like a competitive Dishonored where it's like online multiplayer, and you customize your character.
That sounds terrible, DSP. They already got Quake Champions supposed to come out.
But at the very end of it, one particular character opens a door and walks in, and there's someone tied up on a chair, and they take him off like they were being held like a prisoner. And he says, "All right, boss, like what are we gonna do now?" And the guy in the chair goes, "We're gonna go after the guy that caused all this to begin with."
Oh, $150 chair. That's yo. It's the Tevin meme. It's the Tevin meme. Hey, Phil, been a fan since 1955. Too bad there isn't in Skyrim too. Skyrim is pretty disappointing, to be quite honest, fam. Oh, come on. That's the Tevin meme. Been a fan since 1955. I've been doing this meme for months. Hey, Phil, been a fan since 1967. Love your fucking content, man.
But it was
to be quite honest, fam.
Available
Good
on
job.
9/15/17. So
Good job.
September 15th, this comes out.
I like how that's a meme now. Like, take a sip. It's a meme now.
100% confirm this.
I'm very happy
But
about that.
Look
Look at him. He's looking at the chair right now.
That the voice actor.
Praise for seeing that Bethesda's E3 was mostly shit besides the Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein. He gets praise for that. He gets $5 for saying that this obviously shit press conference was shit. Okay. I hope this dude give me $5 today.
For
Or 500 bits, I mean.
Character that was called Billy in this trailer was Rosario Dawson. It sounded like her, so maybe she'll be the voice actor of the character. But then it just ended. And it didn't explain, is this a standalone spin-off game? Is this a DLC expansion? Is this even going to be like the gameplay of regular Dishonored? What is this game? No information, just ended. So hopefully there's more information in E3 this week, because there was literally nothing given besides the trailer. It didn't explain what the game is. It like piqued my interest, and I was like, but is it? What is it?
When do trailers explain what games are? When was that ever a thing? And then when people do explain what the game is in the trailer, then they say, "Oh, I explained it. We didn't know what it was."
And you don't know.
This dude is a fucking idiot. Take a sip.
Okay.
Stare at the chat deeply.
Then
look, oh shit, 500
they
bits.
went ahead to the next
Let me
thing,
ignore
Quake
it for now.
Champions. And the big announcement for Quake Champions,
I actually like
during
Quake
this press
Champions.
conference, was that they are going to do a World Championship.
I kind of hope it come out soon,
Kind of,
because it might be my
Con. It's gonna
second
be
game
like
to
a
fuck around with when I ain't playing
Con in
Overwatch.
August, which is their big,
Kinda like
you know,
Quake Champions.
FPS event that they do every year. There's going to be a $1 million prize.
Don't think I like it
pool.
more than
Of course,
Overwatch,
that's
though,
gonna be
'cause it's
split
still
probably amongst
Quake.
a ton of people, so no
I
one's
don't care
winning
about
$1
Quake that
million
much.
bucks.
Not
But
like
it's a
some
pretty
people
big
do.
prize pool for esports, that's for sure. And they said go to their website for details. But the thing that got me, they didn't announce the release date of Quake Champions. It's like,
Yeah, what's the release date for that?
didn't explain when the game's coming out for the common person.
The
It's
common
Quake
person.
is esports.
Okay.
Quake originated esports in a lot of ways. It was the competitive game that later on after Quake, then you had games like Unreal and stuff that kind of branched out and became
Unreal
popular
Tournament?
as well. And
Not
Quake
just
was the one
Unreal.
that started it
Unreal
all.
is an engine.
When the fuck does the game
It's not a
came out?
game.
I was like, when, what are you talking about? Again, it was like they gave information, but then it's like it's information that's half information. Where's
Half
the date,
information.
the release date for this
It's
game?
fake
When can we
news.
buy it.
See,
and
I could
play
use
it on
memes, too.
console and everything. I know that there's a beta out. I think it's only PC, right? I don't even know if it's on consoles yet, but
The beta's
give me
over with.
information as a consumer when I can play this fucking game. Maybe I don't want to fucking be in an esports league for the goddamn game. Maybe I just want to fucking buy it and play it myself. No
Buy
information
it.
about that.
It's gonna be free to play, I think,
Okay.
with a bunch of microtransactions.
All right.
Because Bethesda jackasses.
Now on to the biggest announcement of the
I just want to throw money at this game I know
press
nothing about
conference. The
Bethesda.
first,
Come on, let me do it.
You couldn't really tell what it was at first.
Bethesda
but I had
should specifically
an instant
charge
survival
him
horror, and immediately
$50.
there's a ghostly girl with long hair, you know, like a typical Japanese horror girl with long writhing hair. And she's on the
Typical
floor, she's in the
Japanese
hallway,
girl.
And then it shows all these monsters, and it shows these contorting things. But the thing that got me is, during it, a girl says to some guy who's being thrown through all this demonic world, she says, "You got to go back into STEM." And immediately I said, "STEM? Ha 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 ha. It's the evil within." Below me here. It's the evil within too, because that STEM was what they were in. Remember, they all went under.
Oh yeah, he remembered all of that stuff from Evil Within, right? I'm supposed to believe he remembered that. Okay,
mass
sure.
hallucinations of the Evil Within 1.
Yeah, you remember
And I
that.
guess
You remember
a lot
the
of this
story to
game is
that
where
game.
The guy's daughter is still missing. He's trying to find his lost daughter, Lily. And I guess they thought she was dead, but now she's alive. And it's pretty cool. I mean, it was a badass trailer. If you didn't see this trailer, I actually will recommend to you, you should check this trailer out. It was really artistically well done. It had good music, licensed music in it. It was really good, and I liked the trailer. So it got me pumped for the game. Okay, and some of the things that I actually noticed is that a lot of it looks like it takes place outdoors. Remember the Evil Within 1? A lot of it took inside the confines of the asylum or whatever. This one looks like there's going to be a lot of stuff outdoors.
You did a lot of stuff outside in the first game.
And then the bombshell. This game is coming out Friday, October 13th, 2017.
Wow,
Friday
hopefully it
the
doesn't
13th,
get delayed.
we're getting a kick-ass survival horror game. So I am stoked for that.
Every game
I
where
am
you have
definitely
guns and
first
you
in
shoot
line
it
for
like
that
a
one,
zombie
midnight release,
or a
man,
dead dude
definitely.
or like a
Evil Within 2,
fucking, I
dig
don't know,
it, and
whatever
I'm
Evil
into it,
Within
I
got,
can't wait
it's
for it.
survival horror. Everything is survival horror. Fallout is
And
my
then-
favorite survival horror game.
To end the press conference, they did a funny little thing. What they did is they did a montage of like fake German television shows. Like there's a girl, just it almost looks like Little House on the Prairie or something. She's running through a field with food.
Sorry,
and then all of a sudden there's
Wolfenstein.
just two cops and a truck had fallen over on a cop's leg and he needs help. So she whistles and all of a sudden this giant robot dog comes through and knocks the fucking truck over, but then loses control and blows the truck up with flames. And it changes the channel to another show that's supposed to be funny.
Look how much detail we're
stuff
getting.
like that.
Because
It's
he's
German or
interested in this,
Die
we're
or
getting
something
mad
like that with the
details.
show. So silly. So then they finally cut away, and they show, yes, ladies and gentlemen, please, BJ Blazkowicz is back. The main protagonist of the
Blazkowicz?
Wolfenstein universe.
I thought it was Blazkowicz.
His girlfriend is now pregnant
Is
with
Blazkowicz?
twins, and they show that basically this is an
I don't know.
alternate reality America.
It's a stupid name.
Where the Germans, the Nazis.
It's obviously the
won
names
World War
dude
II,
came
they
up with in
took
the
over.
90s.
They've now taken over all of
They
America.
just didn't change it.
America, it shows like KKK walking through the fucking streets and shit.
They do that in
Wow,
America
alternate reality
nowadays.
America. And the plot of the game looks like
You could go to
it's
Fossa,
BJ trying to
Alabama and
rise
see
up
that
with
probably.
resistance fighters to fight back against the Nazis. Looks really badass. It's actually a direct sequel to 2009's Wolfenstein. You know, they did
2009.
spin-offs like Wolfenstein. What was that? Wolfenstein: The New Order or whatever. But that was a spin-off. This is a direct sequel
What?
back to that game from way back when I started on freaking YouTube. Which is
No
pretty
one
damn
remembers
cool.
that.
So yeah, pretty nice.
I don't remember people even liking that game that
And
much.
also, he has a new suit. He has like a bio suit.
That's
It's kind of
fucking
metallic and
stupid.
stuff. Pretty cool. So he's
It's a
gonna have all
sequel
these
to the
great
game
abilities. I'm
before the
assuming
fucking
game.
reboot thing.
It's called Wolfenstein
Okay,
2,
sure.
The New Colossus. That's what it's called.
That's
The New
fucking
Colossus.
stupid. Like, okay. I gotta pause the shit on this. We make a game called Wolfenstein. All right. Something went wrong. We didn't make another one. We make another game called Wolfenstein. Okay. We make a DLC thing called Wolfenstein: A New Order. I think it was called A New Order. Whatever. No, I think New Order is the new one. I don't fucking know. The standalone DLC one. But we make a standalone DLC for it. Okay. Now we make the new Wolfenstein. I think the new Wolfenstein is the New Order. But we make the new Wolfenstein. And the new Wolfenstein is a sequel to the Wolfenstein before the last Wolfenstein. Very smart people. 2 games with the same name. And then the next game is a sequel to the first game that's named the same as the second game. GG.
And that comes out, ladies and gentlemen, the other big bombshell, October 17th. So within one fucking
Oh yeah,
week,
they're both gonna
we're
come
gonna
out
get
within the same week.
Evil Within 2.
Nothing is gonna get
actually, put
delayed.
this in perspective, all right? If you look at the big picture, we're gonna get earlier on October 10th, Mordor: Shadows of War. Then later that week on Friday, October 13th, The Evil Within 2. Then the next
These
Tuesday,
3
we're
big
getting
mainstream
Wolfenstein
games,
2.
right?
And then the week after that, we're getting Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah, no other
So
games come
holy
out. Just
shit,
these 4. Just these 4
October
baby
is now
mainstream games.
overstacked with AAA giant great game releases that we're all going to be
We know
watching
they're
now. So
good.
that's
We didn't even
awesome,
play them
right?
yet because they're
That's pretty
AAA
cool.
games.
I'm just a
Because
little
Assassin's Creed
nervous.
only makes good games.
I'm a little nervous. And the
He's
reason-
nervous.
Oh, it's October 27th? I swear
God, are
it
you
was the
serious?
17th.
He was wrong.
I had it wrong.
Wow. You suck, DSP.
Wait a minute. It comes out the same day as Assassin's Creed Origins? Oh, no. Oh, no. Really?
Now we're gonna get his Let's
Comes
Player
out- Are you
complaints.
kidding me? It comes out fucking October 27th. If that's true, dude, the same exact fucking day.
Yeah, his
That's
Let's
not
Player
good.
complaints.
Uh,
This deserves to be part of this
also,
video,
South
by the
Park,
way.
The Fractured But Whole comes out in October.
Who
right?
gives a fuck?
Oh,
it's too many
Brooktober has
games,
officially
man.
returned, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen. Holy
Brooktober.
crap. Now, the final
I stole
thing
this
they
from
did to end the
Twitter.
press conference was the presenter who was not Todd Howard. I don't even know who the fuck the guy was. He
Doesn't even know who it was.
came out and he said, well, just so everyone knows to confirm,
Respect.
everything that
Showing
we
a lot
just
of
announced
respect.
in this press conference is coming out this year. There's not
Jesus
one
Christ.
single thing that we talked about that's not coming out in 2017, so you can enjoy all
Okay,
these new games.
fuck Bethesda. Eat a dick. We got Ubisoft. Huge bomb drop. That didn't get him extra views.
All right, ladies
And of course, because he's a fucking cuck for the South Park game, that's the layout. I mean, the other dude made it, but still. The Crew 2, Assassin's Creed, and Far Cry 5. Well, I can't wait for all of these games. And I can't wait for all of them to have the Nouveau on PC.
Gentlemen, what is up?
And I can't wait for
Dark
somebody to
Welcome
fucking
my
crack them.
final day
Because
of
I am not
E3
paying for any of
coverage.
that shit. Fuck
Today,
Ubisoft.
the two major press conferences are Ubisoft, which we're going to talk about right now, and then later tonight is Sony, and I'll be covering that one as well.
Of course.
Tomorrow is Nintendo.
He just said it, covering.
But Nintendo isn't doing a formal conference. Instead, they're just going to do one of their like 30-minute long informative videos. So I'm probably not going to do a video like this for Nintendo. Instead, I'll talk about them later this week on my podcast.
Nintendo didn't get a video, but Bethesda and Ubisoft did.
In fact, later this week on the podcast, I'll be
What
kind of
time
doing
is
a
it?
recap of all the E3 happenings
it's
and let
5,
everyone
so
know what
I
I
still
think the
got
big
some time
announcements
left in
were,
the
the
day.
best and worst, and all kinds of stuff like that. So you'll definitely want to check that out later this week, okay? But for now, I just finished watching the Ubisoft press conference for E3 2017, and I want to recap it with you like usual, and I want to let you know what I thought was good, what was bad, give you my reactions. It was a pretty interesting press conference this year, just to start.
I might let a lot of this
All
slide
right.
too, because I don't really care.
There was no Aisha Tyler as the host of Ubisoft this year. Now, she's been the host on and off
I like Aisha
for the
Tyler.
past 5+ years.
She a nice
E3.
looking lady.
So everyone always wonders, will she
And she
be the
seemed
host
like
or
she
not?
alright
No,
in
this
real
year
life.
She was not. They
But
opted
people
to
hate
pretty
on
much
her
just
and
go
that
with
because,
having the
I
game
don't know.
devs who are in charge of the various
Whatever.
projects introduce their own projects.
Why should we have a
So,
personality? Let's
no
just have fucking
overbearing
boring-ass
comedy or
game
anything
devs
like
come
that,
out and
although,
talk,
honestly,
right?
Aisha Tyler never really bothered me, but it's important to note no Aisha Tyler this year, okay?
Boo.
All right, so the show opened with the new Raving Rabbids crossover game with Mario. If you're not aware, this leaked last month because someone found a promotional piece of artwork for it. It's called Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Now, the promotional
Terrible
artwork for
name.
this game showed Mario and the Mario Land or Mario World characters holding guns, and also showed the Rabbids holding guns. So when everyone saw this artwork, they thought, "Wow, it's going to be like a team-based shooter. Maybe it'll be like Splatoon or something like that."
Well, how would
We're
it be
shooting
like
each other or whatever.
Splatoon? We already
And
have
boy,
that.
were we surprised when they presented this game. Complete polar opposite of what we all were thinking. It's not active action-based at all. It's actually a turn-based game. Okay. So as they start to present this game, they actually call out. Well, first of all,
Yeah,
what's
Nintendo
his
has
name?
never put out a
Ian
turn-based
Guillermo,
game.
Whatever he is, the head of Ubisoft came out. He announced the game, and then he called out
Whatever
Miyamoto.
he's called.
Yes, Miyamoto-san.
Hey,
Nintendo
Miyamoto.
came out, and they had replica
Our
guns
buddy.
from the game. They were posing on stage with them and everything. And then they started running footage of the game. It is going to be a Nintendo Switch exclusive.
No
Okay? It's not going to
shit.
be on any console but the Nintendo Switch.
No shit. They're not letting Mario touch
So,
any of them other consoles. They gotta be
What
completely
is this
bankrupt
game?
for that
It is
to
a
happen.
turn-based strategy game. Think XCOM, think Disgaea, or think Final Fantasy Tactics. That's pretty much what this game is. The only difference is it's cover-based. So, like XCOM, you have to get behind cover. And
It was a
during
game
your
on a
turn,
3DS
shoot,
like that, but DSP never
hit
played it.
combo
I forget the
attacks.
name
They're
of
showing
it.
that each character has unique
But it was
abilities.
basically
Mario
XCOM, but for
has
the
an ability
3DS.
that
It was a
every
pretty
time
good
the enemy
game, too.
attacks, he can immediately counterattack.
It's kind of trial
So
and
they're showing
error,
all
though.
these things. They're
I
showing
should look it
this
up and
little,
play
thing
it.
where you can do combo shots that make the enemies bounce up to higher levels to make them more vulnerable and stuff.
They made a sequel, and people didn't
So
like
it
the
looked
sequel as
pretty
much.
good. It actually did. It looked like a unique concept.
Or whatever the
Something
second
that
one was supposed to be.
No one was expecting, because we were all expecting, honestly, a shooter game.
We was
And a
all
real-time
expecting it.
strategy Mario Rabbids game is just
We was all
like,
expecting a shooting game on the Switch
seriously,
that's gonna get a shooting game
so
soon.
different, you know. Now, who knows? The thing is, typically these Mario
Why would
games
they
are
do
made
that?
for a younger audience, so they're not incredibly challenging. But real-time strategy games, just by definition, are some of the most challenging video games out there. So
you ever play Civilization on default
be,
difficulty?
Like a dumbed down RTS, or is it actually going to be like really challenging? So I don't know. I mean, it was really just kind of shocking because when you saw this, you're like, wow, this is not whatsoever nothing that we were expecting from a game like this. And certainly we weren't expecting Miyamoto to be so proud of the project that he came out and helped present it and everything. So
yeah, Miyamoto's going to hate the game and it's going to still release.
Okay, so yeah, it's
August 29th. Oh shit, less than a month after Splatoon.
2 months. So that's pretty
Nintendo
cool,
is
right?
pretty lit right now, to be honest.
Okay. Then they moved on to Assassin's
Tevin,
Creed
Nintendo doesn't have any
shows
third-party
some
titles.
Big cinematic
Well,
trailer pieces.
buy a fucking second console. You mean to tell me you only have a Nintendo Switch and nothing else?
And there's going to be combat, but they didn't really show
I can't call
any
you a broke
gameplay.
boy because you bought a Nintendo Switch year one.
They
So
actually
what the
said,
fuck are you?
after the press conference, we're going to
Very
show you
unique
gameplay, which
individual.
Makes no sense. This is the press conference. Now is the time to show off your game, right? Incidentally, I did watch about 5 minutes of gameplay after the press conference.
Incidentally,
Quite
watched
honestly,
it.
it looks like typical Assassin's Creed fare. The only difference now is that you can control an eagle. And
He didn't go out of his way to watch
like
it.
weapons,
Sure.
The combat's a little bit different. There's an active dodge system, and the weapons.
He
level
told
up
us
and
about
stuff
this
like
in the
that.
last video.
So it's basically Assassin's Creed with some minor additions and tweaks.
Is Assassin's Creed supposed to
Is
not
it
be Assassin's
revolutionizing
Creed?
the entire franchise? No, it's not.
Well,
But
how would they
we need it to
revolutionize it?
revolutionize.
The
Not
game
really.
itself,
What we need is a
from the
solid entry in
beginning,
the series,
was revolutionary.
that
You're going to
basically
revolutionize something that was
delivers
revolutionary
rather
from the
than
start?
underwhelms. And keep in mind, we didn't get an Assassin's Creed game last year, so maybe this is the one. You know what I mean? Like finally, because we didn't get overloaded on Assassin's Creed. Maybe this
We got
will be
Watch
a
Dogs,
great
though.
installment. So
It's not a
see
big
how it
difference.
goes. But it looks good to me. It looks solid, and you know, I am excited for Assassin's Creed Origin. And that, by the way, it is coming out on October 27th. October 27th is the release date for that one.
I know this is kind of being unfair, but saying we didn't get an Assassin's Creed last year when we got Watch Dogs last year is almost like saying we didn't get Battlefield last year, but we got Battlefront. It's not a huge difference. Like the core mechanics, it's not a huge difference.
Okay, up next.
Oh my
So,
God! In
they
fucking
start showing
Watch Dogs, you
games
drive
where
a
guy's
car.
working on a
Whoa.
car and he's driving the car.
Okay,
And
what
you think,
else?
well, what's the Ubisoft
I don't know.
franchise?
It's fucking
driving?
Ubisoft
Crew,
games. I
right?
fucking
So
hate
they're bringing
Ubisoft.
back Crew. But then he's not driving a car anymore. Now he's driving some other unique kind of land vehicles. Now all of a sudden he's driving a boat. Wait a minute.
That's
now
Mega
he's
Man
flying
shirt,
a
by the
plane,
way.
And you're like, what the hell? Maybe this isn't the Crew. But no, it is. It was the Crew 2. But they've dramatically expanded what the Crew is going to be. They've now made it a wide variety of vehicles that you can
That sounds like
drive
it's
in
not
this
competitive
game,
anymore.
To which I'll be honest with everyone, okay?
Oh, he's got to be honest.
Typically for me, these racing
What else we got
games
after this?
are like
Jesus
not
Christ. Sony is next. I
Right,
think
what I mean
Sony
by
like
that is
40
I
fucking
don't get
minutes
super
too.
excited
Fucking
over racing
Christ.
sims or
Because this
anything.
fucking
Forza,
cunt
Gran
got the
Turismo,
hardest,
you don't
the
hear me
biggest
flipping out
hard on
about
for
it, or that
Sony
I'm
and
so
he
excited that I
fucking
need to play
shit.
racing games. For me, I'm really not a car guy.
man.
I'm not. I'm more of like every once in a while. I'll
You
play
had a
racing game as
BMW, you're not a
variety.
car guy?
Well, I'm not a guy that's like, oh, I'm just jizzing in my pants because they got the new model. For example, yesterday at Microsoft's press conference, Forza 7, here's the new Porsche that no one's ever seen before,
Porsche.
real car on stage. I
Again.
didn't erupt with a giant boner because it was a fucking Porsche on stage.
Porsche.
Same thing here, like, you would think that a game like The Crew 2, I wouldn't
Somebody
care
gonna
about
post
it.
a comment
Actually
saying, "Tevin,
watching
it
the
is
way the game was
pronounced
presented,
Porsche."
showing that there's a variety of vehicles.
Well, I never heard anybody else say it that way. Maybe like a
actually
French
got my
dude
interest.
will
The game where
fucking
you
say it that way.
It's more about driving anything actually is fun to me. Like, that is a hook that I think could sell this game.
You could drive anything in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Fucking car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, driving a car is so boring. I want to drive a boat against the car.
Pretty interesting.
It sounds very
I don't know.
uncompetitive.
I'm not saying, by no means am I saying I'm definitely going to get The Crew 2, but I am interested in it. Like, it piqued my interest more than, say, any other racing game that I've seen in recent memory because of that variety of stuff, okay?
Okay.
And they did announce that game's coming out early 2018, all right? So early 2018, The Crew 2, we'll have to see. South Park, The Fractured Butthole. They ran
The
a
game
trailer
he
for
been
it. There's some
fucking
funny
jacking
stuff in
off for
there.
the last 2
Maybe a
years.
little bit more of the humor.
Yo, remember when Final Fantasy 15 came out and it got delayed? And he said pretty much nobody was going to care about Final Fantasy 15 because South Park was coming out. And he pretty much said no one was going to care about Persona 5 because South Park came out. Remember that? I almost hope, because I usually don't hope stuff like that, because they hurt, you know, it affects other people too. I almost hope this game is bad just for him. I hope he doesn't specifically like it, because he's been jacking this game off for like the last 2 years. This shit was supposed to come out like 2 years ago. The first game got delayed in the fucking obligatory, and he was like, oh man, well the second game, there's no way they're gonna delay it that much. The engine done, you know. The first game, they made it. Nope. Second game still get delayed a bunch. Good job.
The girls from the show, I keep forgetting her name. It's the girl that what's his name likes, Stan. But
good job.
I always forget her name.
That relevant show South Park.
Now she's Call Girl,
which is fucking diluted
Girl, so
itself into just being references for every episode.
Humor,
so if you watch the episodes in 10 years, you won't even understand it unless she was alive 10 years before.
For like 3 freaking years now. So
I don't like South Park anymore.
And the game's coming out October 17th. So great. South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Hey, 10/17.
Thumbs up. Wendy.
That's Goo-Wop Day.
In the stream chat. Wendy. It's Wendy. It was Wendy. Okay.
Wendy Cooper.
Okay. Then.
I know what you're talking about.
With Elijah Wood, the actor, in it.
Oh, great.
And it was really weird because you couldn't really tell what it was. They didn't actually show any gameplay. But the premise
he couldn't
of the
look it
game
up.
They found a way
You
to
couldn't
transfer,
tell what
like,
it
the
was.
human existence
I didn't
to
look this
human,
up after. You get no extra
really
information watching my
intelligence,
video.
like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to call it, your soul or whatever. They found a way to transfer it into virtual reality. And apparently the premise of the game is that there's people experiencing like other people's lives through virtual reality. And the name of the game is called Transference, excuse me. But it didn't really show any gameplay. It was just like a cinematic kind of trailer explaining the premise, but didn't actually tell you, will this actually be a VR game? I have to assume probably yes. But they didn't even say what platform. Is it going to be on PSVR or the Vive or Oculus? They didn't explain any of that really at all.
You could have looked it up, but screw it.
So I honestly have absolutely no idea what to expect with this game, and that game is supposedly going to be
somebody playing 1080p Overwatch on
Twitch.
Twitch.
Get any more information on that game?
1080 30.
Okay, the
That's
next
opposed
game,
to 720
I think, kind of surprised
60.
everyone. All right, it starts
what the hell is wrong with you?
Ships, pirate ships going across water, and immediately everyone's going, it's Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Maybe they made a sequel to it, so there's 2 Assassin's Creed games coming out this year or something. But as we watch it more and more, you come to realize, no, actually, it's not that. It's actual, just seems to be like the pirate-style gameplay from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Pirate-style gameplay.
Ships are fighting and shooting cannonballs back and forth and harpoons back and forth at each other, just like you did in that game. And then they show that you can board the ships, although
pirate style
they did not
gameplay.
show any hand-to-hand combat, which makes me wonder if there's no hand-to-hand combat in this game. Is it just like kind of a naval simulator and it doesn't have that aspect? I don't know. They did say that there will be a 5 versus 5 team-based PvP mode, which led
I'm just waiting
to
for this part to be over.
This game is going to be an online-only multiplayer game and not have a single-player campaign, but that was never said.
He doesn't even know anything.
Trailer or presentation, so don't take it as that, but it could.
Like, honestly, what's the point of watching this? You get no extra information. Usually when you watch stuff, like, I don't know about you, but if I watch a video like this, I'm watching it assuming that the person knows the same amount of information as I know, and they know more because they looked stuff up and like read articles and went through the extra work to make a video for me so I won't have to go through the extra work. But he didn't do that part. He legit only watched E3, and then he even give us wrong information in some parts. And people are correcting him. His video is worthless. Worthless.
That's kind of the possibility. It might just be an online-only multiplayer.
He doesn't
game.
even know what anything
yet.
is.
The graphics were great. The ships looked really detailed and amazing. The sails were flapping realistically with the air and the wind. It looked pretty cool. And then they said at the very end of it, the world will evolve with what you do. And you're like, what the hell is he talking about? And then they go to another quick cinematic scene where a kraken comes up and grabs a ship, and everyone's like, holy shit. So apparently not only is it going to have this combat against human-controlled ships, but also there's going to be other entities that you're going to be fighting, like the kraken and stuff like that. Maybe it'll be a boss fight against the kraken or something like that. So it sounds pretty good. Looks pretty good. The name of the game is Skull and Crossbones. And I'm going to be honest with everyone. Yesterday, I talked about Sea of Thieves, right? I said Sea of Thieves looks like the kind of game that if you have a bunch of friends and you're playing together, it'll be fun as like a cooperative game, similar to say Destiny or any of these other Ubisoft cooperative shooters that have been coming out in recent years.
Okay, Destiny, all these games I can't name that's actually from the same dev, the same publisher even.
It has to be more about the social experience. This game, Skull and Crossbones, that gameplay looked good. So that this game, and I was actually kind of saying in the stream chat, well, you know, too bad for Sea of Thieves, because if these games go head-to-head up against each other, I would play Skull and Crossbones way before I would play Sea of Thieves. It just looks like a much better game.
Okay.
But
it's too bad for them because you're more interested in one than the other. Of course.
This one in particular, they said is going to
he
be
thinks he's so important.
What does that mean?
No one cares about him. Oh my God, Tevin, but you're doing this video. I don't fucking know. I don't understand life anymore.
See Skull and Crossbones, so maybe if Sea of Thieves comes out before then, it'll be okay. But this game just looks better to me than Sea of Thieves. Just in the gameplay mechanics alone, it looks like a superior game.
Okay.
So then, we knew this was coming, ladies and gentlemen. We knew this. We knew this was coming. Fucking guys come out and start dancing, and I swear to God,
fucking guys,
wearing, like cheesy Sub-Zero outfits.
It's
from
him
Kombat.
Talking about Just Dance. Skipping past
like
that.
2 or 3 years ago was there, and he sung a whole song. Like,
no.
Even advertised the game at the press conference, but they only did a very short presentation. So I gotta actually say thumbs up to Ubisoft for actually fucking learning.
Thumbs up for barely advertising the game that actually makes more money than the other games that the hardcore gamers want.
And saying, wow, let's make effective use of our time rather than waste everyone's time. So thumbs up. Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me. It is time to do a couple quick shout outs because I saw that we had a few things going on.
Oh man, shout out time. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Alright, here we go. How much bits? 20 bits? 10 bits?
Who subscribed to the channel with Twitch.
Whoa, a sub. That's $2 and some change.
Thank you to Real Azuria, who actually
another
sub.
$2 and some change. It's $5 he made.
Thank you, and enjoy your Silver Crown badge that you're now going to get in the stream.
Full-time streamer. He made $5.
Fallout 3, glad you're still going strong.
Oh,
so
man.
Thank you for the support.
Thanks.
Thanks to Keycon3, who did a 10-bit cheer. He said
10 cents. Thanks, Keycon3.
Bad to me.
Appreciate it.
I know we saw 3 different racing games so far at E3. I'm not saying that any of them looked bad. I'm just saying that the Crew seems to stand out for me as the racing game of E3 because it had that variety in all these vehicles. It's more appealing to me than just
competitive.
driving a car.
Okay, get the fuck over it.
And shout out to Sonic Wii, who did a 10-bit cheer.
10 cents.
3 cheers for a game that we didn't ask for, Just Dance. Okay.
3 cheers for a game we didn't ask for, Just Dance. What does that even mean? Because I don't want it, no one asks for it. This is the logic of the internet. Well, I don't play this game, no one plays it. At least go by facts, dude. At least say, well, I don't see anybody playing it. I never see anybody playing it. The Twitch directory dead. YouTube videos are dead. Okay, so maybe no one plays this. But it's like, well, I don't play it. Love the logic his viewers use. It always amuses me.
Thank you everyone for your support. Let's continue on with my read.
So he made $5.20.
Reactions here.
Amazing.
Okay.
Literally $5.20. Wow.
All right. So then you heard the familiar voice of one of the guys who works on South Park. He does the voices for South Park, so you recognize his voice right away. And they're showing a
oh
mobile
great,
phone.
him
Like,
fucking
oh,
jacking off to South Park.
Yeah, and it planted all of those franchises against each other in like a combat card game. It seems like that's kind of what it's going to be. But
I don't know what he's talking about. Don't care.
Phone destroying.
A South Park phone game. I'm glad I skipped past that.
Investigating alien worlds, and immediately everyone is like, "Oh my God, it's No Man's Sky 2. It's No Man's Sky all over again." Only then it shows there's an alien race called the Legion who you have to
Space
fight.
equals No Man's Sky now.
It already looks better than No Man's Sky.
Oh.
So everyone's like, wow, this game looks pretty good. And
everyone.
All of a sudden, okay,
he knows the opinion of everyone.
Of a sudden, they show a toy. And first they show the Nintendo Switch. Oh, the game's on the Switch. Okay. Then they show a toy.
I like his reaction to it being on the Switch. Just a game existing on the Nintendo Switch gets a negative reaction from them. Oh, it's on the Nintendo Switch. Okay. Wow.
Spaceship toy, and he's got it on a controller. Now he's playing the game with a toy on his controller, and you're looking at it like, what the hell is this? Like,
He's telling us how we looked at it.
Am I watching right now?
This is how we looked at it, not just him. This is how everyone looked at it this way.
The trailer continues. The game basically degrades into,
See?
oh, this is a game where you have to constantly buy pieces in a store, physical toy pieces
Nice
in a
knees.
store, to build your spaceship. So it's like one of these nickel and dime games where you're gonna spend $60 up front just to get the fucking game, and then they expect
Oh
you
yeah,
to
it's
go
gonna
back
be
to the store and buy
$60.
expansion
Okay.
pieces and everything.
Sure, well, if you say so.
Or you don't have to get the pieces in the store. The guy emphasized this. You could also get them digitally.
Oh.
Wow, so I can either buy physical toys at the store or I can go microtransactions out the ass to play your fucking game. I hate to say it, of all the games at the Ubisoft press conference, I give Starlight Battle for Atlas 2 thumbs down just for the business model. It's garbage.
Of
You shouldn't have
course.
to buy a game and then buy more shit to play the fucking game. It's, you know, they're going the Skylanders route. They're going, you know, they're trying to get it like the other companies that have cashed in on this style of game. Ubisoft hasn't done that yet, and now they're trying to do it. I don't think it's going to work. I think the game's going to fail. It looks like shit to me. It's fucking stupid. I hate that business model.
He hates the business model, so the game itself
and they
looks
announced that it's
bad.
coming out, I think, next year. No,
That makes
fall
sense.
of 2018. That's coming out.
Makes a lot of sense. Woohoo!
Steep.
Fall of
For those who don't know
2018.
Steep,
Wow,
that
that's
game,
legit
you know,
more than
that
a year
last
from now.
year
That's
they
kind of ridiculous.
advertised at E3, and you never really heard about it.
Like, talk about it next year at
Snowboarding
E3.
game.
Don't be bastards
It's a
about
very
it. That's
niche
too long
title.
from
It's
now.
only going to appeal to a very small group of people who are into like winter sports. Is getting an expansion this December 5th. It's called Road to the Olympics.
Extreme sports games are niche now.
I honestly
Tony
don't
Hawk's
really
Pro
give a
Skater
crap.
originally wasn't a big seller or
Who cares
anything.
about Steep at this point, right? Like, I was something that maybe I was interested. I maybe checked out last year. I never did, and now I don't care. Excuse me.
This is coverage.
Okay. So now we're nearing the end of the Ubisoft press conference.
I know nothing about the game series.
The first
I
one
didn't
was
play
Far
it, so I
Cry
don't
5,
care.
which we all kind of
Okay.
saw the teaser
Move
for just a
on.
couple weeks ago. It's set in America.
Far Cry
rural
5
America,
meme,
a
blah,
small
blah, blah,
town
who
that's been taken
cares?
over by this cult. Okay?
The whole Twitter
And
knows
so, similar to
now.
other Far Cry games, yes, you're going to be infiltrating bases. You're going to be infiltrating.
Oh,
different
but
areas
this
that are
game
taken
looks
over by this
good,
cult,
Tevin.
trying to take them out one by one.
People say that about
The
every
difference
Far Cry
in this Far
game.
Cry is that now it's number one. You actually get AI counterparts. There's a dog, and the dog's name is Boomer. And there's also other AI people you can recruit.
Wow,
You can
AI,
snipers
very
or
exciting.
support classes. Actually, a guy that can come in with a plane, and they actually help you. And you can command them around to help you and do support as you infiltrate these bases. So that's a new one.
Oh man, I can't wait.
But also, they announced the game will be full co-op with friends. If you want to play
Oh,
the entire
great.
game cooperatively,
I
have
knew
friends
it.
come in
I
and
was
your
gonna
co-op
guess it,
partners
and I was
will
like,
also
nah,
be
they
as
wouldn't let you
well.
play as a
So that
dog,
looked
right?
pretty neat.
No,
The
full
gameplay,
co-op,
it looked like
wonderful.
Far Cry. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't,
Full
it didn't
co-op.
really showcase anything that was like, oh my god, that's a first for Far Cry. No, it was more like typical Far Cry, just in a new setting.
Typical Far Cry's full co-op, apparently.
So I guess we'll see,
Okay.
you know, what actually happens, because we didn't really
I
get
guess.
much more information about the game. I know it has a release date. I think it's early 2018, excuse me.
Wonderful. Another 2018
More than
game.
likely, we're probably going to get more data on the game as we get closer to its release, okay?
Duh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now, to say that Bethesda, I said Bethesda, oops. To say that Ubisoft left the best for last would be an understatement. I'm about to announce something. If you didn't see this press
I can't
conference,
wait.
you're going to be shocked.
What
I
is
was
he the
fucking
most
shocked as
interested
shit.
in? Because
I
that's
really
what it is.
was.
It's not the best. It's what he's
So
most
here you go.
interested
Get
in.
ready. Okay, so they start playing a trailer. They're like, oh, a new IP or something. What is it? And it shows this pig-like humanoid sitting at a table.
Oh,
Very
this
realistic
game-
graphics, by the way, very detailed.
That shit was
On the
pre-rendered.
other side of the table is a monkey-like human. It's almost like mutants. Or
Fucking
aliens or
Beyond
something.
Good and Evil 2. I
They're
watched the
doing a
trailer for that
deal
yesterday.
for some
I'm
kind
not
of,
gonna
like,
say what I want to say about that.
Trinket.
He's gonna pretend like he
collectible.
cares
So,
about
the
this
monkey was
series.
hired by this pig guy to get him this trinket. So the pig guy's picking it
He
up.
never
and all of a
played
sudden
Beyond Good
he
and
starts
Evil until the
melting.
HD
And he goes,
remaster
"Mom,"
came
And the
out.
monkey goes, "Yeah, it's fucking chocolate for you, you fucking pig." And whoa! Like, I wasn't
Wow,
expecting them to start
they said
dropping
the
F-bombs
F
in
word.
games,
Look how cool they are.
right?
They're so
So he
edgy.
grabs his money.
No
for
way,
his-
the
and
F word in the
claw,
video
a super
game.
Claw, I think like Bionic Commando, and he zips his way away, and he climbs up a building, and he
The typical meme of DSP's E3 coverage. When he cares about something, he goes into extreme, excruciating detail, giving you every fucking frame, describing every frame of everything. When he doesn't care, oh, well, it exists. I didn't really play the original. It has an expansion. Okay, whatever. When he cares, he goes on and on and on about it for so long. It's so one-sided and so fucking biased.
Aerial craft that's flying through this giant city, futuristic city, and there's an African girl.
African girl?
She's African American, but she was black. So an African girl driving this vehicle, and he jumps.
So. Okay, he's trying. This is 2017 DSP. He's so fucking neutered. He doesn't even want to call a girl black because he thinks he's gonna get shit for it. He refers to her as African, and then says, "I don't know if she's African American, but she's black. It's an African girl." When he sees a dark-skinned person, the first thing that popped in his mind is African person. What if they're Cuban? I don't think the main character Beyond Good and Evil is Cuban, but the bitch in the new game looks nothing like the bitch in the first game anyway, and it's apparently the same bitch. So, color me fucking surprised. When I looked at the trailer, I thought it was brand new characters, and then I saw somebody comment under it. It was like, "Oh, Jade's here." I'm like, it's the same character? Okay, sure. African girl. I don't think it's the same character. I think that YouTube comment might have been wrong. Who fucking knows? African girl. Okay.
And they're trying to escape. All of a
What if
sudden,
they're Hispanic?
they're
brown. They're African.
They jump off their vehicle. They
all
call
right.
the police out of their own police vehicle, and they hightail it out of there. And by the way, the entire time, the monkey is literally going, fuck a fucking fucking a fucking 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 fuck 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 fuck. I even
It sounds like his Let's Plays.
Fuck the game. Because the guy says fuck probably about a dozen times.
Yeah, that sounds like his Let's Plays.
So obviously I'm like, I had some feelings in the back of my head. I was like, what could this be? What could this game be? Because it's not gameplay, it's all just a trailer. And the first initial thought I had in my head when I saw a pig-like humanoid, I thought maybe it's like Beyond Good and Evil 2. Because, you know, obviously one of the races in Beyond Good and Evil 1 was these pig-like creatures. But I'm thinking to myself, no, it can't be Beyond Good and Evil 2. Because number one, it's been almost 15 years since the first one came out. And number two, because they're saying fuck every 5 seconds. Like, the game was not a really, like, seriously...
It's trying too hard, obviously.
So I was, like, totally thrown for a loop.
I'm trying to be edgy and cool.
So then...
I'm really supposed to believe that he guessed Beyond Good and Evil originally. Okay, sure.
Base, which is a bigger,
you called it DSP. Wow, you're so smart.
And they walk up and basically, I guess it wasn't a payment that he had really received. It was some kind of data. So they put this data card into the ship, and a big map opens up, a galactic map of the galaxy. And it shows
okay, I'm done after this video because I'm just going to poo all over the Sony one if I keep going there. I'm done after this.
Okay. And she says something about, you know, the solution lies beyond. And
Beyond Two Souls?
Pan out and it says Beyond Good and Evil 2. The fucking crowd went fucking ape shit. They went nuts. And who expected that after 14 years of a franchise being completely dead, getting a sequel?
Does he not remember them announcing Beyond Good and Evil 2 in like 2008 or some shit? They had a trailer like a long time ago, and that completely died, and they made everybody forget about it, and then they brought it back again. I guess he doesn't remember that because he didn't cover E3 for YouTube back then, so he doesn't remember because he didn't watch it. He was just probably playing Street Fighter 3 or some shit. Yeah, it's been completely dead.
Like that out of nowhere, seeing that they're actually treating it like a major AAA game with the amount of detail that they're going to put into these
graphics makes it a AAA game now.
Graphics and everything, and the fact that they're treating it with adult-oriented, you know, they're dropping F.
And because they're treating it adult-oriented, saying the F word a lot means it's an adult-oriented game, and nice graphics means it's a AAA game. So, bad writing and the Unreal Engine can make your game AAA and adult-oriented in DSP's world. All right.
Bombs. I think what they realized...
Unreal Engine looked pretty good. This is not an Unreal Engine game, I think, but the Unreal Engine looks pretty good. And you can say the F word a lot. So there you go.
14 fucking years. They're not kids anymore.
Oh.
So because
they're grown up, they want to hear the F word a lot.
have like nostalgic feelings for a game like that.
So,
And
okay, the next Mario game should just have the F word in a bunch, and it should have super photorealistic graphics, because we growed up. Obviously, right? That's how video games work. That's not like what happened with Jak and Daxter. Remember that series? When Jak and Daxter was edgy out of nowhere and shit? Look how that turned out. That shit dead in the fucking water now. The whole series is fucking dead now.
If you're gonna make a sequel 14 years later, you've got to make it adult-oriented because we're all adults.
Curse a lot.
Right? So I think that's what they did, is they realized they wanted to make an adult.
This is really stupid logic.
So then, two presenters came out. For the first guy that comes out starts crying because the crowd reaction was so positive. And you can understand when you have a game franchise that's dead for the greater part of more than a decade. And finally,
except when they announced the sequel and it never came
gets
out.
Enough confidence in the project to put the assets behind it to revive the series like that, and you get that massively positive reaction at E3, you're gonna get emotional. So
why would they react negatively?
This guy's reaction is
oh man, Beyond Good and Evil 2 announced. Fuck this game.
They also had a woman come out, complete SJW archetype, the big googly glasses, the short dyed haircut, you know what I mean, like everything. And of course,
wearing glasses and having dyed hair makes you an SJW if you're a female. That's the dark side logic. Phenomenal.
oh, it's going to be a diversified cast of both animal hybrids and all kinds of races and creeds and everything. And I'm like, oh boy, well, now we know. We see where this is going. It's going to have that. Not to say that that's bad, but I certainly hope that they don't.
You're implying it's bad.
Overbearing with the SJW shit during the course of this game.
How is it SJW shit to make the cast diverse? Do you want the game to have only white males? Who talks this way? This dude 35 years old, and he sound like a Twitter account. He's 35 years old. He shouldn't even care about this. I don't care about it. He's 35 years old and he sound like a Twitter account. Oh my goodness. Apparently it's SJW shit to purposely make the characters not all like white dudes. Alright. Okay.
So they start talking about the game, and they actually announce the game's actually
it's 2017.
All right. Now, it's important to note, because in the trailer, I thought maybe that was Jade, the main character of Beyond Good and Evil, piloting the ship, and they showed her green eyes. But no, maybe this is going to be like one of her, predecessors, who eventually, through the genealogy, you get to Jade. So apparently this is the backstory of how the universe populated with all these.
Well, why is it called Beyond Good and Evil 2, you fucking bastards?
And you know what? I'll be honest.
Oh, I'm glad I don't care about this series.
I'm actually okay with that. Usually I'm not. Usually when you announce, oh, it's a prequel, I'll lose my shit. Because I hate prequels.
Okay, why is it okay this time, DSP? Tell me. I want to know. Why is the prequel in this situation okay?
That certain things can't happen. For example, you're going to know that someone in the genealogy line of Jade has to survive because she gets born. It's just cause and effect, right?
How often does the main character die in a game anyway? Like 1 out of every 20 games?
The fucking Star Wars prequels, that Anakin Skywalker ain't gonna fucking die because he becomes Darth Vader in the next trilogy.
That's a movie, it's not a video game. Video games work differently. The main character almost never dies.
Certain things can't
This is what The Walking
Dead.
Dead?
But for a game franchise that hasn't been around for 14 years, I think you have to realize that most people who end up playing Beyond Good and Evil 2 aren't even going to know the plot line or remember the characters and the stories.
But I thought it was mature because the people that played the first one growed up. So they grow up and they want to hit the F word a bunch. And they want photorealistic graphics. But they don't remember the first game. So they want a prequel. No, I think he doesn't remember the first game because he doesn't care about it that much. When he played Beyond Good and Evil for YouTube, that was his first time playing it. And he's sitting up here pretending like he gives a fuck about the series. Oh my god. Let's get this over with.
Original Beyond Good and Evil anyway. So regardless of the fact that this is a prequel, I think it's okay. Enough time has passed that they're kind of starting fresh. They want to redesign this universe.
Well, why did they call it Beyond Good and Evil 2?
So that maybe now they can.
Did they really call it that? Let me look this up.
I'm okay with that. I think it makes sense.
Let me confirm this, because I was looking up screenshots of it the other day.
So,
Yeah, it's actually
Then
called
to end the
Beyond Good
press
and Evil 2,
conference,
right?
They had literally
No, that was the
all
one
of
that
their
was
game
supposed to
developers
then come
put on
out.
stage together as a
Yeah, Beyond Good
like
and Evil
a group
2.
shot and said thank you for
What the
for
fuck you
watching
called it 2
our
then?
press conference. We really hope that you enjoyed it,
It's
and
fucking
we'll see ya.
stupid. Whatever. I
And
don't care.
let me tell you, so far I've seen EA, I've seen Microsoft, and I've seen Bethesda. By far, the Ubisoft press conference was the best one at E3. Now, there's one major one left, Sony, and Sony typically does a really good job.
Yeah,
But
Sony's going to
Ubisoft
be a
this
separate
year-
video. Fuck the rest of this part. I am done. This is 2 hours long. I can't sit through another video of this. And the Sony video is 40 fucking minutes long. And I don't want to completely poo on it because it's not Bethesda or Ubisoft. It's actually like, I mean, you know, let's be honest. Obviously, Sony is going to put out more games than Bethesda and Ubisoft, and they got a console and everything else. So I don't want to just completely poo over the whole thing like I did with Bethesda and Ubisoft. And I don't give a fuck about Bethesda or Ubisoft, to be honest. Like, really? He should have did Xbox, Sony, Nintendo, maybe EA. Maybe. But you should definitely do Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. They the ones that make the fucking consoles. EA get one, Bethesda get one, Ubisoft get one, Nintendo don't get a video. What? It's ridiculous. Oh, this best comment ever. I hate when he tries to speak for everyone with his opinions. I've been complaining about this entire time. I've been complaining about this entire time. No one cares about this. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. Who is no one? You? And your fucking puppets in your chat? Okay, no one cares. Exactly, I remember when he said no one will use Minecraft, and I'll look at it. The dude is a moron. Because he doesn't like something, he says everyone doesn't like it. And it's not valid if you say you like it. And if you do say you like it, you and like some kind of niche group that's outside of everything else. Yeah, awesome coverage. Eat a fucking dick, awesome coverage. Well, I'm gonna watch this Sony video next time. I'm gonna upload this today. Fuck it. And whatever, I talked over a bunch of stuff. I complained about a bunch of stuff. I don't fucking care, to be honest. This is cancer, terrible, garbage ass coverage. So I might as well put my cancer, garbage, terrible ass opinion over it. It evens out. Audi 5000 G, if you like the video, like the video. Dislike the video, I don't care. And hashtag was hashtag coverage, I think. I think it was.